nigga be crispy. Yeah, hey. I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.
We have our guest that is not really a guest. He's not a guest. He's part of the So Shameless family. Probably more shameless than most of us here at this point.
Oh, I'm shameful.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. Mouse Jones is here from the Guys Next Door podcast.
Yes.
From Trap Karaoke.
Yes.
And now from the podcast Listen to Black Women. It's not a podcast though.
It's not a podcast.
Is it Listen to Black Men?
Let's listen to Black Men. So we are the brother show to Listen to Black Women. Okay. So Listen to Black Women is the anchor show on Madame Noir and Cassius, and they did so well. Jesse Wu, Shamika Sanders. I'm forgetting the other two young ladies, but yeah, shout out to Jesse and Shamika, and the other two young ladies. And I know they had a rotating cast as well over there. But they did so well over there that Remy Williams and Matassa Williams, they were tasked with, coming up with the brother show, Listen to Black Men, anchored by myself. And then along for the ride, I had my brother Tyler Chronicles.
That's right, Tyler. From Atlanta.
Tyler is from LA, but he lives in Atlanta. He's a comedian and a writer from. He's on Wild 'N Out right now. He has his own podcast. I think it's called We Are the Culture. With like three other funny comedians down in Atlanta. Yeah, and then Jeremy Rivers. Oh, so you know Tyler. And then also the other co-host is Jeremy Rivers from the game. No, damn, I forgot the name of the show he's on. But he's an actor, and he's on two shows or one show on BET Plus. So we're all kind of BET family over there. But yes, Listen to Black Men. It is the brother show to Listen to Black Women, but it's not a podcast
of the show. Like, all right, so you have we just listen to our complaints? Like, what?
No. So,
like, yo, I'm just tired of this.
So, alongside Tyler and Jeremy, we are just discussing some things that men typically don't get a chance to discuss in such an open and safe space. I mean, there's Guys Next Door, obviously, but just being able to do it in another form or fashion with a different, what's the word I'm looking for? With a different agenda, honestly. You know what I mean? Working, having a show for a network, they are trying to get something specifically across. And I think from the response from the first two episodes, we're getting it across. The first episode...
You got a cardigan on. You got a cardigan on?
I own a lot of cardigans.
I never see. You see this nigga in public with a cardigan on before? I said, wow, this nigga's like, what is this, like TV mature? Because he's not mature. So you wear a cardigan? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna be grown today.
I'm not making.
It was a nice. What kind of
I'm not making no jokes today.
What was that?
It was Gucci.
It's Polo. Oh, it's Polo. It's Gucci.
No, it was Polo.
It was Polo.
Ralph Lauren.
It was Ralph Lauren because I seen the stripe. Those are Ralph Lauren stripes.
That's the Ralph Lauren. That was a Ralph Lauren Argyle vintage sweater. But
Okay. Vintage sweater. My boy crossed his leg.
Oh, you noticed?
Okay. All right.
It's so funny to watch people evolve. The evolution is interesting.
Who talking about him?
Yeah.
Because he put on a sweater?
No, it was the way. It was the way that he said it. Like, he said it with a tone like, yeah, I'm better than. Like, yeah, this vintage Argyle sweater. Like, I'm proud of you, brother. You came far.
I hate it here.
You came real far.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for watching.
If you were on a show called Listen to Black Men.
Are you walking me down a hole? Am I being walked down somewhere?
I'm helping you advertise the show. Trump, what would you what would be one of your first things that you want to talk about?
I'd be venting. So I guess for me, I don't know what the premise is, but I would want the premise to be things that black men normally don't get a chance to discuss, and a voice, because a lot of times we get shut down. Black men can't say certain things, can't have certain discussions out loud. So
Would it be about white people? Would it be about? No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
No, we don't. No, I think the dope thing about this show, and it just happens so naturally, which is truly a testament to Remy and Matassa. They I'm not gonna, if it's toot my own horn, okay. They put together a really great on-camera team with myself, Tyler, and Jeremy, and to know like we don't gotta prep them a lot. Like, hey, this is the topic we're talking about, and we'll talk about it in these evolutions, right? Like, so if this week we had Jim Jones on, and okay, it was health and fitness. Let's talk about we talked about everything underneath there, not just hey, you got to go work out, do your push-ups, no, but also okay, you got to go to the doctor. Oh well, why don't we go to the doctor? And what's the problem with going to the doctor? And make sure you got your insurance, and make sure make
sure.
a
vasectomy was only $10 with insurance?
I seen you tweeted that earlier. A vasectomy is none of my business.
Why you need?
I'm going out making them. I'm going out
Nick
making
Cannon.
them. I'm maybe not that.
Cannon.
You getting Robert?
More Robert De Niro than Nick
baby.
Cannon.
His 7th. He just had a baby. That nigga's 70.
Yeah.
That's irresponsible.
So if it still works at that point,
I asked a guy at my job today. I said, yo, you ain't having kids? He's like, yo, I'm too fucked up right now. When I get older, I was like, how much older? He's like, old. I'm like 70. He's like, yeah. Like I don't want to take care of him. I'm just gonna have a young wife and let her take care of him.
so I'm gonna do me. I'll probably have like the natural vasectomy.
Yeah.
what's
that
that?
mean?
Having sex with women your age.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Don't touch me.
Come on, that was good.
You're
That's good. That's good.
That was good.
That's good. It's because it's right under there.
So you're saying that people that have sex with women their age, once you get older, you're not even.
If you're old and having sex with an old person, guess what's never gonna happen? She's gonna be like, oh, I'm late. That thing don't even work no more. That part of the oven don't even work no more.
I fucking hate you.
Because I'm telling the truth.
So this is a.
When I'm
So
50,
Shameless.
I'm gonna be having sex with a
I don't
50-year-old.
even know what we're gonna say at the end of this. It's
If
gonna
she
be way
pops
past
up-
Shameless.
If a 50-year-old pop up pregnant, well, we was just supposed to have that baby. I'm trying to warn you. I'm like, you sure you won't have
That
the
is
baby?
God's baby.
No. Cause I'm be like, all right now, we both 50.
Not all right
when,
now.
When you bring that baby in here, you know it's gonna be a chance.
You could still have babies at 50.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't Janet Jackson just do that?
Yes.
I hope I got Janet Jackson money at that age because broke 50. I don't
You
even.
on your way.
I don't even think broke 50-year-old coochie can have babies.
Too much Pepsi in their system. All right. Hey.
But he can say that.
And I'm
But he
wait,
can say
wait,
that. But
wait.
he can say that.
Excuse me. And I'm one of the worst ones. Chom is literally falling over laughing,
Too much Pepsi in the system.
and I'm the problem.
When they get older,
That's hilarious.
they love Pepsi. Because that's
The
what
high
they can get their
fructose-
dick, so they get
laughing
Pepsi.
'cause-
The high fructose corn syrup, it get in the fallopian tubes.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only shock they're getting inside at that point. Oh man.
Orgasm or sugar? Which one? Because both are killer.
I want to go home.
We have a portion of the podcast that Trav at the show has put together for us called The Serious Discussion, and I don't even know what to do with it. First of all, the internet is calling for a young black woman to go to jail
Ooh.
for her attack on a white man.
Oh, the little girl in school?
The young lady
She's 18, so.
was in class, and
Prison.
the teacher or teacher's assistant was a teacher.
Teacher.
Took her phone from her. She grabbed her can of pepper spray.
Took her phone from her because she was looking up answers on Google to whatever the assignment was. So he
ChatGPT.
took the phone.
You took the phone. Okay,
Right.
so that changes it, right?
That adds context.
It adds context to her backing out her pepper spray and macing him in the eye twice. He ran out of class once he got maced the first time. She ran after him saying, give me my phone. Give me my phone. He said no after being visibly irritated by the mace.
White people crazy.
And she maced him again.
One mace, you would have got your phone
away
back.
from his face, Mouse. A foot away from his face, maced him again.
You would have got your phone back. After one mace. One mace.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand what type of precedent that sets. And I think that I had this conversation on Twitter because somebody was like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, to go through all of that, he should have just gave her back her phone. What y'all don't understand is when you're in a classroom, it's you literally versus 20, sometimes 30 other people. And one thing that kids don't understand is they don't understand the context of consequences. Like, they don't understand why one person can do something and somebody else can't do it. Or you let this person do it, so that means you have to let me do it. So if I allow her to use her phone or give her phone back just because she asked me for it, then that means that everybody's going to do it. Oh, remember that time when you gave Allison back her phone? Why are you not going to give me back my phone? So now that causes even more problems.
Do you think she should be jailed?
She's 18.
Should she be jailed?
She's 18.
That's not what he asked. Do you think he didn't ask?
Well, she's a teacher,
you
so I
about
don't want
the
to force
law?
her into something that's it's uncomfortable for her to answer.
No, it's not even. It's that my thing is when you commit a crime and you're 18, you have to deal with that crime as the adult.
I don't
that you
care if
are.
she's 17.
But do you feel that she should go to jail? As a human being, as a black woman, do you feel that young black girl should be going to jail for this? I know what the law says, so you don't have to tell me that. I'm asking you as a human, as a black woman.
What do you think?
You're letting her off easy. Okay.
She
So
should be
Shameless.
held.
I answer my-
She
I
should be
answer.
held accountable.
Do you think she should go to jail? I don't care if she's 16,
It's
18, 15. Do you think that she should be taken in and
Jail is a bit much.
prosecuted?
You know, give us some probation or something, a little slap on the wrist, a misdemeanor.
jail? That's assault.
They
It
got
is assault.
She needs to learn a lesson from that. If
Wow.
you're just going to be attacking people, she needs to learn a lesson
Wow.
from that. That's
honestly.
assault.
So now we were talking about precedents earlier, correct?
If it's up for her and her mama. If it was me, I'm sorry. Send to both of them.
Why does she have pepper spray?
Why is it in the building? Who
Why
gave
she
it
have
to
pepper
her?
spray?
Why
Yo,
you? Why
pepper
do you know
spray?
that your daughter? You don't know your daughter has
You
pepper
serious?
spray. You want to know what's
Y'all
funny?
not serious right now, right?
I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah, pepper
So,
spraying
all
your
right,
teacher
you
is
as my
wild.
brother. You as my brother.
Twice.
No. Wait. You as my brother, and understanding what I do, and
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that an 18-year-old boy punched me in my face
Mm-hmm.
because I took his phone because he wasn't supposed to have it in school.
I don't think it would ever happen.
That's not the point.
I don't think it happened either. But
I don't think
still.
it happened.
That's not the point. You see,
No, because you
you're
took away.
missing the
No, you
point.
took no, baby. What happened just now is you switched up something completely.
How?
Right? We're talking about this white man
All right, fine.
approaching
Fine,
this
fine,
young
fine.
black girl.
Even better.
You just
even
told-
better. Even better. Here we go. Let's do it even better. A little white boy or a little white girl.
Ain't no white people in your school. I know they ain't gonna happen to you.
They do. There are white people in my school. Stupid.
Where they be hiding at? Oh, sorry.
Stop it. A little white boy or a little white girl
I can't, bro.
does
I'm
something,
going
physically attacks your sister.
Yeah.
What you gonna say? Save the youth?
No.
What you gonna say?
I don't believe in saving the youth. I believe in saving the black youth.
So
And sometimes
to save them, you
discipline
gotta
is needed to save youth.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes,
it is.
No.
Dude, yeah.
No.
And even if you have to sacrifice one to save the others.
Correction is needed to save the youth.
You don't.
Empathy
you don't know the youth.
is.
I'm sick of y'all talking about this shit.
No.
It bothers me.
I'm sick of you talking to me just because I don't teach. I don't engage with youth.
No,
That's
it's
cra-
not the same.
What I'm saying.
Whenever you
go ahead.
engage with youth, it's not in a situation in which
took his
you
glasses
have
off.
to have a level of authority in a space, right? So if you dealing with the youth, you going to talk to them. You're in like informal situations with them. It's not a situation where you are every day standing in front of them, trying to work with them to help them excel and meet the needs that they need to meet to become functioning adults in this country, and you're dealing with pushback every single day that sometimes turns physical. You can't tell me that you understand
Sure,
that.
I can't-
Nobody understands
Sure.
that unless you are there.
Sure.
And if y'all are not there, everybody has these thought processes like, oh, kids, yes, kids go through a lot of shit. Yes, not all teachers are good teachers. Yes, protocols is fucked up. Yes, all of these things have happened. But you know what? They don't give consequences the way that they used to. They don't even suspend kids the way that they used to. They don't expel kids the way that they used to. So
They shouldn't.
but kids are not being held accountable for their behaviors, which is why the behaviors are escalating.
I want to hear what Mouse's retort
Pass
to
him
this
my
is.
Pissing me off.
From the STEM, right? I learned a lot
Because
on
I'm
podcast.
paying attention. But Mouse, what is your?
My main thing, Dash said something early. She said the precedent that it would set, right, about giving the phone back to the girl, and then later on what you would have to deal with down the line. And then I hear so many conversations on this very podcast, out of Dodge's mouth, I hear the word nuance a lot, right? There's so much nuance here. You're forgetting nuance. You're forgetting
You're
nuance.
the first person I heard use nuance, by the way. Go ahead.
Ever?
Well, that I recognize the word. I mean, whatever. But go ahead.
You're welcome.
I still don't use it, nigga.
Oh no, listen.
Go ahead.
I get it. But no, we're removing nuance here. We're forgetting nuance, right? You asked a question. You said, where did she get the pepper spray from? What reason would a young black girl, I don't even know what area this is, but it doesn't matter because I'm not surprised and I'm not going to condemn a young black girl in America walking around with pepper spray.
It's not a condom. No, that's not
Guys,
fair.
let him finish, please.
That's not
please,
fair.
What's
guys,
not
let
fair?
Him finish. Let him finish.
What's not fair that this young black girl is growing up in a
All right.
society that tells her you have to fight for yourself. No one's going to save you, so she makes sure she protects herself. Then we don't know what she's dealing with. But if this young girl has pepper spray on her person in school where she's supposed to be, where she's supposed to be safe, where she's supposed to feel her safest. But we know that there's a school shooting every other week.
And pepper spray ain't going
Bro. There's a school shooting every other week. White people are still white peopling. And you mean to tell me she felt the need in that instance to protect herself?
Bro.
That's what happened.
Please, no. Please,
Okay.
don't do that.
Okay.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard, and I'm gonna tell you
I don't
why.
think it's stupid
No,
at all.
it is stupid.
I think
I'm
you
gonna
thinking
tell
it's
you
stupid
why.
is dismissive.
It's
You
not.
referring to it as stupid
It
is
is.
dismissive.
I don't care.
right.
Then let it be that.
There's
And
no
I'm gonna
reason
tell you
to
why it's
argue.
stupid. Because at the end of the day, yes, I can understand why a young black girl needs pepper spray. I have had students that literally walk around with pepper spray, and you know what they do? They literally say, "Hey, I have this stuff. Can you put it in your drawer and then I take it back when I go home? Because I know I have to walk through this neighborhood or that neighborhood." Or they keep it in their book bags, keep it in their lockers. She pulled that out because she did not get her way in that moment. And that is what we deal with every single day. And that's what y'all don't understand with this youth, with the youth nowadays. Like, they don't understand no.
I'd like to
No
answer
is not a
something.
thing for
So
them.
y'all gotta do a different job. Man.
Very
I need
quickly.
y'all to go do a different job.
Very
If
quickly,
y'all,
now.
if it's this easy
We could
to
all
throw
leave. Have fun.
If it's this easy to just throw these kids away because
That's
they
not throwing
acted
them
away. Nobody
this
said
way
that.
in this manner,
Nobody
this
said
thing
that.
triggered. We always talk about trigger this, trigger that. There's
Bro.
trigger warnings on Twitter.
Bro.
There's trigger warnings here, but we don't. We're going to say. We're going to automatically demonize this young black girl because she didn't get her way. That's what we're going to paint her as.
What about the young black boy that shot his teacher?
I'm not talking about him. We're talking about this young black girl right
I'm
here.
talking about
I'm
the
not.
fact-
Don't talk to me about that because that's not what we talked about. There was no substantiating facts. Nobody brought that to me. We're talking about this situation that happened with this young black girl and this white teacher.
Let me ask a question.
It doesn't matter the race
in this
Let me ask a
I know.
question to
It-
both
nuance
of
don't
y'all.
matter. I know.
Let me ask a question to both of y'all in this situation. Who said demonize? Who said any
Nobody.
of those things? You said protect, right? You said protect. Now let's think about this. We're talking about a young girl, and you're saying that this guy did something where she was the aggressor. Hold on, Mouse. Don't say anything. She was the aggressor. What happens when you give the phone back, when you allow her to sit back in that class after doing that? What happens to her psyche? What happens to the rest of the people in that class's psyche? And then is there such a thing as protecting people from themselves? Because if you're at the point where you're that frustrated, where you're that triggered, where whatever it is sending you into attack mode, something's already wrong. Am I wrong? Something's already wrong.
I'm not arguing.
So at that point, correction isn't needed. And what I said was jail. I said that was my idea of correction. And if you have a different,
But jail
if
is
you have
What
a
happened
different-
to Scared
So
Straight?
I'm here for
Jail and correction.
Well, I
Jail
think
is a
that-
correction. It's a place to toss people away.
It is a consequence
I don't think
to
she
your
goes. You don't go to
behaviors.
jail for macing your teacher at 18. You may say, "Hey, you got probation."
You
but
don't
you're-
think an 18-year-old?
Nah, I think.
Can you find?
So
not
let me
being funny, can
finish
you-
my thought here.
Go ahead, Melly. Can you find out where this
Melly
took
doing
place?
too much, I'ma do it.
Can somebody find out where this took place?
So what I think happens normally, and I can say for most young kids, scared straight, there's a thing where you realize, oh shit is real, and you sometimes. You either go further in and you wind up in Spofford, and from Spofford you go to Rikers, and you're just a career criminal now because you chose that life. But other times you say, "Oh, this isn't the life I want," and you can't save everybody, Mouse. We know that you at this point. Sometimes people want to be criminals, and other times people say, "Hey, I just need a little help. I need a little compassion. I didn't want to do that. I fucked up." And you turn around, you wind up getting A's, and you stay away from the bad crowd, and you wind up going and living a whole life, and you wind up talking to kids later on about the life that you used to have, or you wind up on a podcast talking about shit all day as a 48-year-old man, felon, and say, "Hey, don't do these things." So if you're saying jail is demonizing after you attack somebody with something that could have been blinding, it's illegal in many states.
Facts.
Because you didn't get your way. And so my thing is, Mouse, you sit her back down, she becomes a hero. She becomes a chick that you can't say nothing to. You can't. So what is the corrective measure in your eyes is all I want to know.
Me personally, I have been a child in school who was asked to give up my phone. I said no. They said, give me your phone or get out this class.
And you left class.
I left the class.
Right.
No one got touched. No one encroached my space. See, because the thing what we forget about children, especially once they go into school, the thing that we forget, not you, Dodge, not you, Tron, but the thing that happens with kids when they go into these schools, they are treated as if they are property. They are treated as if they are in jail themselves. So what happens a lot of time is we forget that they have autonomy. And if you forget someone has autonomy, you automatically disengage the fact that they deserve justice and respect. So if you're encroaching this young girl's space, which you can only tell me happened, I'm only going over what you said. You said the first time he was maced, he ran up on her.
No, he ran out.
The first time he was maced.
No, he ran out.
He ran out the room.
And she
After-
followed him.
No,
and
for the
sprayed him
second
again.
time.
No, bro.
Wait.
She maced him. He ran.
Stop right
and
there.
she chased him.
So the first time he maced her because he approached her to take the
what?
phone.
We don't have a video of what happened inside the room. All
I'm
we have
just telling
a video.
you what you told me.
No,
That-
she already had the phone. She then went in her possession,
Right.
pulled out the mace, went up to him, asked for her phone. He said no. She maced him. He ran out the room. She followed.
How did he get
on
the
some
phone?
The phone was already taken.
That's what I'm saying. That's the part where we act up first.
No.
You removed the autonomy of the person.
I have a
If
question.
as an adult I took your phone, there would be a problem.
I have a question.
Right or wrong, Tahoe?
I have a question, Mouse. I have a question. You go to the airport a lot, right?
Every week.
Right. When you first started traveling, did they ever take things that you weren't supposed to have from you at the airport?
Yes.
Right. They take it because it don't belong there. Regardless of how you personally feel about it, regardless of how much money you spent for it, they have rules and levels of things that you're not supposed to have. It doesn't matter
glad
if it's
you
your
brought that up.
personal. It doesn't matter if it's your personal thing. They go in your belongings, they take your shit, and they send you on your way. And if you feel a way about it, you can get the fuck out.
Exactly.
No, wait, stop.
There's a
stop.
choice.
No, wait, stop, and listen. If you feel a way about it, you can get the fuck out. Her stuff was taken because it did not belong in that space. Sure, you have autonomy. You had the autonomy, just like you had the autonomy to go in your bag and get a pepper spray to assault a teacher. You also had the autonomy to get the fuck out of that class. But no, what I'm saying is we're talking about accountability. So that's like somebody in TSA taking your shit and you're like, this is mine, and you pepper spray them. What's going to happen to you, Mouse?
I'm also giving a
What's
choice.
gonna happen to you,
I'm
Mouse?
giving a choice.
How
Please
are you giving a choice?
Don't remove that part because that's very important to what you're saying. If
You do
not,
have a choice.
I have a choice.
She had a choice too.
I've watched people say, "Oh, this I paid this much for this thing." This was like 2 weeks ago. This girl had a big Lalabo thing. You couldn't bring it through. She said, "Well, I will take it and I will check the bag." There's a choice. You give the person a choice. TSA don't just take it and say, "Ooh, you're done."
So I have a question.
So the same
I
way
wanna-
he should
I wanna-
have took. If you
I
should
want
have
to
never.
further this conversation.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
and I'm not a teacher. I don't work in a school. I think a lot of this protocol would save everyone some heartache, though. Stop touching people's stuff. If somebody has something they're not supposed to have, such as a cell phone, send them out of class immediately.
You can't. You can't.
I said fix the protocol. I said fix the protocol.
All right.
But
guys,
you can't take people's stuff either.
You can.
All right, and then you get pepper
I want to
sprayed.
direct the conversation to Trump, who has been watching and paying attention to all sides here and hasn't said much. What do you think, bro?
So, as somebody that's in the classroom, not as often as Dodge, but I am in the classroom, I'm snatching phones, I'm snatching toys, I'm snatching all types of shit that is a distraction to the lesson that I'm teaching. Let alone, in this situation, the child is cheating. She's using Google during an exam, which is even wilder than what I would take a phone for. So let's get that straight. Mouse, I know you're not in the classrooms like that. I am. These kids are wild. You cannot let them just do whatever the fuck they want. Phones are absolute no in the classroom setting. Huge distraction, especially during an exam, right? The other thing, so I agree with Dodge 1,000%. Other thing I want to point out, Mouse, I think you riding too hard because she's a black girl. I'm super pro-black just like you are. I understand. I'm with the struggle. I protect our black girls at all costs. But what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. You can't just be blinded by race in this situation because she's just dead wrong, bro. She's dead wrong. You can't pepper spray your teacher because they took your phone because you're cheating on the test. That's never okay. It's not okay at all. You can't justify that. I'm sorry.
Let's move on. I think that all parties here, because what I said was extreme. I think that let's give credit to Mel saying like, yo, you talk about sending her to jail. That's an extreme. It's not like, oh, she gets suspended. You're talking about putting her in cuffs, which we just spoke about in the first episode, which is hard as hell. It's unforgiving. It's a young girl. The man is triggered by that. I respect it. What we haven't found was another option. That's what I was looking for. We didn't get there, but we got to move on. We have a whole thing here. If you do have suggestions of what should happen, I still think jail. Personally, I think you need to go through some fucking hard shit. But I'm wrong all the time. So who listens to me?
Then what happens when she come home and can't get a job?
I didn't say felony. I didn't say felony.
She's still gonna get convicted of
She
something.
ain't gonna do a bid.
To go to jail, you have to be convicted.
No, I said get arrested,
She
go
is
through the
prison.
system, go through some shit, go home, having to go to court back and forth, and they give you fucking ACD, adjourn, contemplating dismissal. But now you got to be good for the next 6 months, and it's some shit versus some shit where you just slap on the wrist and you go sit back down to class, and you're the girl in class that pepper sprayed the teacher twice.
I read
That's all
that
I'm saying.
her consequence was she got out of school suspension for 4 days. Because that's the type of shit that happens.
I think that is something that was now that I agree with.
The
I think
serious
she was-
discussion,
just come back
the
after
serious
the-
discussion that our producer brought up is one also to deal with school, but it's the preschool study. Is my phone around here?
It's
It's right
behind
there.
me.
That's where I need to get the fucking topics from. This is a fucking already turned out to be a great episode. I might release this before the other one.
I know you're gonna say that.
Shut your mouth. Sorry.
You want to lose another one?
Don't leave, brother.
Don't leave.
Niggas gonna have one wide shot for the next 2.5 hours.
You see how scared I got? We was about to podcast niggas for real. Just one wide shot.
The answer is, Mouse. The mics make noise as well.
Sorry.
When you touch them.
Don't want to get kicked out.
Preschool study. Talking about kicked out. And the clue. Preschool study shows teachers automatically thinking black boys are trouble.
Yeah, duh.
Wow.
There was a study showing.
Who would have thought?
Right.
I cannot
I
believe
saw
this.
this study.
Teachers at Yale showed teachers this video clip of 4 preschool students. Their instructions: look for misbehavior and click when you see it. The study was kind of deceptive. None of the kids in the video actually misbehaved. The researchers were using eye tracking software. What they actually wanted to study was who the teachers were watching. Both black and white teachers spent significantly more time watching the black boy in the video. This study showed that even preschool teachers can treat kids differently based on their race without even realizing it. Researchers at Yale.
It's called implicit bias. And this is why it's very
I don't
important.
know if I was wrong. Did I started it over?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's called implicit bias. It is a study that has been done over and over again. I think it also is something that they add into like the sensitivity trainings and stuff like that. Like, this is things that happen. Be aware not to do this. It's very unfortunate. As an educator, that's not something that is.
Yo, your
unknown.
lashes are fire.
Thank you. Now, why the fuck would he be talking to you?
Them
Bro, have
lashes.
you seen my lashes?
Them lashes.
My natural
You
lashes?
can't even see your lashes.
Like, I don't gotta sit down and nobody chill.
Yeah,
Get plucked.
That's
Dodge,
what I do to
My
myself.
eyes don't go, and they don't go like this after a few weeks.
your lashes are fire. Keep going,
Thank
Dodge.
you. This is something
Your lashes
that
look nice.
shut up. This is something that we are trained for and against. But as an educator, for the years that I've seen it, I have seen things like this happen. Like, for people to kind of like, he did it. He did something. Like, nah, he ain't do shit. Like, talk to them. Like, before I accuse you of doing something, I'm gonna ask you. Like, yo, did you just do that? Nah. All right,
What's the
cool.
effect that has on the child, though?
Oh, the cognitive effects are crazy. To always feel like you're the bad kid, to always feel like you're always in trouble, like you always have eyes on you, you can't do anything. I think that's why, against Mouse's point from the last question, I think that more of us need to be in these spaces, not less, because we have a different level of understanding and compassion for us, if that makes sense.
Are we sure that that works? Or is there a fundamental change that needs to take place in the certification of teaching overall? I say that in the instance. So when you said that immediately, and maybe I'm just jaded, but when I heard you say that, immediately I thought of, oh, we need more black cops on the force. When that doesn't implicit, like, that doesn't show the same thing, right? Like, more black cops on the street don't mean they deal with black people. Sometimes they deal with them worse.
Right. The same way.
Same thing with. I'm asking, is it
No,
the same?
I
Could it
agree.
be the same thing with teachers? That's
No,
all I'm asking.
I do agree, which is why I said to you before that I don't believe that man's race has anything to do with it, because I know white teachers that give a fuck more than some black teachers that I have met, that some black teachers that have been harder on kids than or less empathetic to their struggles and what they've personally been through. So I don't think it's a race thing. I think that if teachers were paid their worth, more people that really love the profession would be able to be in the profession because they will be able to sustain themselves in their lifestyles.
I will say this, just to the previous point to the last that Dodge made. Even working in retail,
Yep.
you be in a white store like the Gap, the black person that works there sees a black person come to the store. Watch that nigga right there.
Oh, not enough Kanye. Put them all in front of the store. You know,
Trust me, I know his type. Trust me, he got that bag. Watch the
watch what
bag.
you gotta do. Watch the bag. Watch the bag.
Yo, so that shit happens in every occupation. But Dodge is saying pay more. More people will come back to the press. People are forced out by the limited resources, limited wage or whatever.
It's the wage and it's the lack of respect. There have always been children that were not the greatest in school. There have always been, I don't like to call them bad kids, but I would like air quotes, like bad kids in school. From the beginning of time to the end. That's always going to be a thing. Right now, what we are seeing is a major shift in a lack of accountability and not holding scholars to the standard of excellence and the standard of this is an institution of learning. There are things that you cannot do. Like, kids literally just come to school because they have to, not because they want. Everything is optional. And you have that feeling in the air when you trying so hard to get them to understand something and it's like, it's optional. I don't have to be here. You put in so much work and time and effort and it's just like, we have to figure it out. But it's not, it's wage and accountability. Sometimes a nigga gotta get suspended. Sometimes a nigga gotta get expelled.
I want to know one thing, which is, I just have to ask.
Okay.
Is some of this attention that they're giving the black boys warranted.
No. I'm talking about preschool. Absolutely not.
Me and you in the class.
We're me and you as adults, yeah.
No,
Okay,
y'all
maybe-
as kids is worse than y'all as adults.
Me and you in the
I'm sure
class.
of it.
I got
First of all,
trauma in
Tahoe,
trouble. Trauma. Well, I don't know if we were ever in the same class, but I remember
In summer
Mark.
school we were.
Me and Mark was in the same class, and we joked all the way to class. But at some point in class, he's like, "Bro, I'm trying to pay attention, and I'm still on the train with you. I'm still in my mindset of we joking, which is why I failed out. But he became a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't going front.
But you got a podcast.
Shut up.
Thank you. I have two. I have two.
But you have 2 successful podcasts.
They were
He's a
both
doctor.
both
I'm
on
a doctor.
Shameless. I was on Spiritual Word. He's never been on Spiritual. Respect me.
Talking about.
Respect me.
I hate it here.
So my educator experience is different than Dodge. I'm not an all-day teacher. I'm not a full-time teacher, but I'm in the classroom. And in my experience I deal with a lot of mixed classrooms, and oftentimes the black boys in a mixed room are the ones causing the problem. I'm not going to front. And I'm being very honest, right? And I feel like sometimes that's because of certain dynamics that we went through, Tahoe, when we was in school. When I was in a predominantly white school, I acted a little different than when I was in an all-black school. I don't know what it was. It's like you're almost expected to be a certain way. Like you're expected to be the cool kid or to do certain things and to play sports and to be the joker and shit like that. So a lot of times the black kids are disruptive in the mixed class. I purposely don't discipline them the way that I would a white kid or if it was an all-black classroom because I don't want to single them out and make them feel like. So, for example, if I have a black kid that's being disruptive, I feel like he's being disruptive because he's trying to put on for his classmates, right? So I'll speak to him in the hallway. I'll ask him to step outside, but not in an embarrassing way.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, let me talk to you for a second. You know what I mean? And I'll speak to him in the hallway.
What kind of talk do you have?
What's up?
What kind of talk do you have with a kid that's showing out?
19 times out of 20, the talk goes very well. They're just showing out. So now that there's no audience, it's just me and you in the hallway, I'm kicking it to you one-on-one. What's going on, man? What's the problem? Everything good? And then they tell me, and it's really nothing. And they see that I'm a human. They see that I'm recognizing what they're doing, and the shit stops. You understand? But the immediate response that a lot of teachers have is to just discipline them on the spot. Johnny, shut up. You know what I mean? Whatever.
No black kids named Johnny.
Right.
I had an old student named Johnny, and shout out to him. He's
Marcus.
a great basketball
Let's
player.
just use Marcus. And Marcus is very 1980s.
And Johnny was short for John Quell.
No, his name was actually Johnny, you dick.
John Quell.
So yeah, you know, you just want to discipline John Quell a little different.
I hate y'all. I agree with Tron though. In totality, I don't like pulling kids in the hallway anymore. Like if I pull you in the hallway, it's bad. But if it's just like a quick redirective behavior, I have a chair. It's a pink chair. It's like a pink acrylic chair in my classroom, and I'll go to them. Like if there's like an independent work time or something, I'll tap them like, yo, go sit in the chair. And literally we have a conversation. But I'm honest with my students the same way I'm honest with people. I'm just like, listen, this class clown stuff, it's not going to work. So either you can stay in your group and you can be a part of the conversation and you can be a part of the lesson, or you can sit apart. But what you're not going to do is you cannot continue to distract the people around you because you have a moment when you feel like you need all eyes on you. You need attention. This is not the time. This is not the place. So how do you want to move forward? So you can sit there or you can go back to your group. Most of the time they're going to go back to their group and then they're going to tone it down.
See, you built a rapport to be able
I
to...
built a rapport with all my students.
All right. But I don't think that happens often, especially with older white teachers who come from a certain... who have the... what's the word? The
implicit
T
bias?
word. No, of course, implicit bias, but what's the T word? Tenure.
Tenure,
They have their tenure and they're already indoctrinated. And you said it earlier. You
Fun
said...
fact, I don't believe in tenure. And that's controversial.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah. So you said earlier, you said this is an institution for learning.
Yes.
But the institution is broken. And it's not the kid's fault. And I don't necessarily think it's the teacher's fault. I think it's higher than that. I think it's the state's fault in a lot of cases. And I just feel like there's a lot of blame placed on kids, and I don't think the blame should be placed fully on teachers. I don't know if there is a.
I blame the parents.
I don't
always.
think.
I'm sorry.
I don't think if there's a wage. I don't know if there's a wage that would ever be enough to pay the people who are watching and tutelage is in charge of the tutelage and the molding of your child's cognitive thinking. I don't know if there's a wage that's big enough, right? So is there ever going to be a number? I agree that the number that is out now for most teachers is bad, but are we going to say $150,000 a year is enough? After a while, I'm like, well, inflation or went up, so then it's $250 enough. If we constantly get to a point where these teachers, and I love you guys, I'm not talking about you two because I know you personally, but if we're getting to a point where teachers are, you know how sometimes like parents could kind of be like, you should be thankful I'm doing this. You should be thankful. I'm like, these kids didn't ask to be here. This is a byproduct, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with the school, right? And I feel like what I'm hearing a lot, not just here in other conversations, like the kid should be grateful that even though I'm getting paid this dirt amount of money, I'm still coming to teach and I'm only talking about the black ones because those are the only kids I interact with. Come teach your black. So now you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of pressure being put on the kids. This is not me saying kids should have a free for all, should have a pass to do whatever they want. I just think there should just a little lighter hands when dealing with these young black kids. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like once parents start...
Mouse has brought up. Sorry, Daj. We got to move on.
Go ahead.
Mouse has taken a stance in both arguments. Basically, like very pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Speaking up for black kids. Speaking up for black women. This is something that Mouse has been strong about since I've known him. He took up for an old black man that he met at the well the first time that we met and made sure that I didn't get jumped.
He's so dumb.
So he's been this way.
He's so dumb.
Since the moment I've met him.
He's so dumb.
And so I'm gonna
them lesbians was gonna whoop your ass.
The answer is spend black. And the clue, Killer Mike discusses the importance to stop spending black dollars in white establishments.
I love Killer Mike, but he's a little bit too much for me.
Let's see.
Because I'm going to go to the Harry Potter store.
David Banner said that he spoke on the Brock Newman show a few weeks ago. My brother, man, that brother said you got two choices. You can attack them through violence, and you can attack them through money. Now, everybody's not afraid to kill each other. But we seem to be afraid to kill a clear and open enemy. So if you ain't gonna take them M16, them Kalishnikovs, and all this other stuff that you rap about, killing each other with it, if you're not gonna take them to the streets, then at least to my rappers and my entertainers, help these people direct their money in a way. If you're gonna buy a Wingstop, ask if Rick Ross on it first. If you're gonna go to Chick-fil-A, just go to the one in Greenbrier on Cap Creek. But don't allow $1 of your money to leave your community again and to these dogs that ask for your vote, to these dogs that ask for your money, and to these dogs come begging for you to get back into their economic system. Don't you spend $1. If you gonna buy some hair, buy it out of a trunk from a black person. But don't you spend $1 with a dog who don't speak up to you. David Banner said...
I have a question.
Easy.
So,
okay.
Where he got his Atlanta Braves hat from? Did a black man make that?
It's a black bottom, so I know exactly where it came from.
Are we
the MLB.
So, do y'all see? We can tease the idea, and I understand the humor in it. But is there true fact?
It's not possible. You gotta think about this, right?
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable, or is it logical?
Why not?
It's not a realistic goal.
Why not?
All right. Because
if we did that for 2 years and we empowered black people, then the resources could happen.
We wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Because it's impossible. Now let me talk to you from this. Let me talk to you from this standpoint, right? When we talked about teachers. No matter how I felt, I had to defer to the teacher, right? Let's talk about somebody who's been in war. Let's talk about somebody who's been there. Let's talk about somebody who's came home. Let's talk about somebody who studies it, right? When you destabilize a country, what's the first thing you attack?
Finances.
Incorrect. Their natural resources.
Natural resources. Sorry. I was just watching Black Panther today and they said it.
You attack their natural resources. What natural resource do we own?
Black people?
Mm-hmm. None.
We vote.
None. Except for
Revolt is
Rap.
sick.
Rap music.
revolt. I did not think he meant.
Son. This nigga
I
said
thought he was
revolt.
telling us to revolt.
No, this nigga said revolt. So it's
Why
not
are you this
okay.
funny? Why are you this funny? Why are you this funny?
Title.
No, he gave that up.
He did?
Sold it.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Cashed out.
Did he?
He did.
All right, come
Y'all
on.
remember when
let's
Tax was calling this shit to now? I never let that go. Like,
Sometimes I still say to that.
like, why would you
Let's
call
go.
it
Let's
to
go.
now?
But
Natural
so
resources
natural
we don't
resources,
have.
we don't own it, right? So if you don't own natural resources, that means you lean on someone else for natural resources. Typically, then you pay a premium for that natural resource. Gas, electric, water, all these things, right? So you cannot take your dollar out of it, right? Then let's say, you know any white t-shirt makers? You know any black underwear makers? You know any black sock makers? Let's keep going. Do you know any black female hygienic product makers? Do you know any? I don't. But
Honey Pot.
Honey Pot is black? Okay, so boom. Now can we get that to all, right? Is it enough? Do they have the power?
They always sold out.
See what I'm
Shit
saying?
gone.
So we can't get.
I don't see what
So
you're
if
saying.
it's always
I see
sold out,
what
that
you're
means
doing.
The reason why I don't
if it's
see
all
what you're
sold out,
saying.
then that means we can't get. There's not enough of it to be in supply for black people to say.
The reason why
every week, every month, every time a black woman's on her period, she
This
can
is a
say every month I gotta
capitalist
go get
country.
this.
The reason this is a capitalist country, and black people, especially black women, control the market and spending. We buy what we want. Mouse, you have on what else? I can see what Gucci, Cartier, Bathing Ape. You yourself will spend for what you want. Now that T-shirt, I could have made that T-shirt.
White.
This from a black. This from a black.
This from the white man,
Maybe-
and this is thousands of dollars each.
Maybe not the actual
It's a
shirt
black man
itself
shirt.
at this point. Maybe not the actual Gildan shirt at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But if enough people in my community were to spend with me, yes, Gildan would upsell to the point where he's like, all right, you're trying to break me. But I'm getting enough where I could do it, and then I can go to the manufacturers and say, yo, you know what? I'm going to buy my own press. Trump himself has done that 2 or 3 times over. He has his own printing presses in his house, so he doesn't have to go somewhere else. It can happen. In my mind, we just don't have the discipline to do it. Trump has something to say.
I do. So it's funny that we're talking about that your response is in response to Killer Mike. Because I don't know if y'all seen his Netflix special.
Oh, I
seen it.
loved it.
It was so fire where he challenged himself with just buying black owned, not even buying, just using black
yep, I
owned.
remember.
And it got to the point where he was like, yo, if you go to a black owned restaurant, but are they sourcing their stuff with black owned farmers and things like that? So how far do you go, right? So it got to the point where he couldn't drive or rent a car because there's no black owned car companies. He couldn't get in a Chevy Tahoe or a Hyundai and nothing. There was no, so he went, I don't know how long it was, like a week, his
I
experiment,
think it was
whatever.
like 7 days.
He did not drive because of that, right? The point is, if you want to get literal about the source of everything, yes, you can't just go off of what Killer Mike said and make sure your dollar strictly goes to black people. But you pointed out his Atlanta Braves hat, or maybe you
I
did.
did.
Okay, maybe the Atlanta Braves hat was not manufactured by a black person, but maybe it was resold by a black person. Maybe he went to a black.
No, it's a
athletic
black bottom. He went to
apparel.
Liz. I'm not being funny. He went to Liz. That's a black bottom. He went to Liz. That's a white owned company.
It could be a franchisee that is black owned. I don't know, but that's the point that he's making. It's almost impossible, and he proved that.
Oh, he did say that because he had Chick-fil-A. He said go to the Chick-fil-A on Camp
That's
Creek.
black owned.
Yes.
Go make sure Wingstop is owned by Rick
So
Ross.
he already acknowledged your point, is what I'm saying. He proved that it's definitely not sustainable for it to follow the trail and to be black all the way down to the very source of it. But at the very least, at least if you're gonna go to if you're gonna buy a hat, buy it from a black owned store. So I think that's the point here.
Like I did.
Listen, I think I would love for that to happen. Let's start there. I would love for that to happen. And I'm a huge proponent to this day that segregation works. Equal, but separate, right? But it has to be equal, right? So everybody has to get the same. And when the white people over there, when Johnny and them realize that being mediocre in their community don't work, they can't be mad and come over here and get to burn our stuff down again. That don't work. We don't like that. That can't happen again, right? So let's start there. My mouse is for segregation, separate but equal. But since we're integrated right now, it is not fair to put such an onus on people who are already at a natural born disadvantage. That's all I'm saying. So when Tahoe brought up the point that black women lead, you know, are ahead and control the dollar and spending, that's leisurely spending, right? Like all this is broken down by different things, right? And when black people are leisurely spending, what are we typically doing? Trying to escape something, right? It was a rough week, so we gonna splurge on this. Man, I had to deal with this again. I had to deal with this. I can show you down to the point that if you go to Africa, they are still using white products. They are still using white manufacturing. You mean to tell me the motherland? Mm-hmm. That means there is something off. Something's awry. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying it's not. It sounds good on podcast, but you know, that microphone he's using. Did he get it from a black B&E place, or that B&E owned by a black person? It gets weird to like put that onus on black people who's just trying to survive.
I wish that this show could be longer. These topics could be longer because, Mouse, when you say those things, I could find a million things to argue. For one, every black woman that buys something isn't just going through something. Like, we be outside doing us. It's a lot of people that's spending money on high fashion things because they want to, not because they have to. We have millionaires, thousandaires, several in our community now. It's not all just, yo, I'm eating ice cream at night because I'm depressed and going through some shit. There are ways to support, but that's not the cool thing to do. And our business model and ethics in business be fucked up. People, how many times you gonna give a black business a shot, even though you may know that their supplies are fucked up, or their people, you know, they're trying to hire is fucked up, so now they're closed because people called out that morning or whatever. You're like, yo, I just want to go somewhere consistent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never open. You know what I'm saying? So you wind up going to the consistent people that's not because you hungry or because you have needs and you tried.
Right.
So I'm not gonna give everybody those excuses. Of course, there's other things, but then on the same type, you went down to Africa, which is like, yo, they have a whole different economic, and we're talking about countries. Africa is a fucking continent. So you go from country to country. They have whole different economic systems. Some based on democracy, some based on it's fucking
totalitarian.
Yeah, like other
monarchies.
shit it's just completely different how what runs their system that it's not really comparable. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we would want it in one way, but that's just not the way their country is run. So us look at it in their terms is apples and oranges. That being said, and like I said, I'm not the smartest person in the room. We can have a million conversations about this for a long time. It could be its own show, but we don't have the time. The answer is the types of truth. Now, this is the last part of the serious discussion topics.
Where is the vino?
And the clue is, it's in the refrigerator, in the door. You can go get it now if you want.
Okay.
And the clue is Isaac Curry talks about the different types of truth.
I gotta hear this. This is new to me.
I don't even know who the fuck Isaac Curry is. Do you know who
Isaac
Isaac Curry is?
Isaac Curry?
Is it Curry?
How you spell
it's
it?
Curry. Curry.
Oh, I never heard of him before.
Me neither. Never heard.
Why does he have a name? Why
does he have a name? Well, because he was born.
But like, why we say? Why isn't like the guy? This guy talks about this thing.
Well, you have to ask your producer. Right now,
you know what I'm saying?
Right now, you kind of shitting.
Why does he have a name?
Right now, you kind of shitting on your producer.
Yeah. Well,
and you know.
Well, he shitted on me in the thing with his fucking friend Malcolm. So fine.
An honest person would tell you the truth if you asked them.
Right.
A transparent person will show you the truth if you just look. Mm-hmm. If you look, I will show you.
Yeah.
But a vulnerable person will offer you the truth and you never have to reach for it.
That's good.
And so you want to be able to be honest. But see, if we're in a marriage and I'm just honest with you, that's not enough. No. Because you have to know what to ask me.
Right. And so if I don't feel like I'm getting the answers because I never asked, I don't feel safe.
Then I'm technically not wrong here.
Right.
But like, if you look and you see something is wrong with my lip or my eyes right now, like my eyes. So my eye is low, so you can see. And if you're looking, then I'll tell you, like, you know, this is going on with my eye, right? You're looking, you can see, so I'm showing you.
Yeah.
But vulnerability says you don't see what's going on in the internal, and I just want to tell you something that you don't know, and you wouldn't even know to ask, even on a good day.
Right.
So to be vulnerable is to offer, and that is risky.
It's so risky.
Preach.
That's a
Because
bar.
you don't know what's going to come of that.
Absolutely.
As the person who's being vulnerable, you don't know what comes of it. Is that person going to shame you, ridicule you? Is it going to come back in another conversation?
An honest person would tell you the truth if you ask.
Interesting concept.
I dealt with that personally.
What? Because you're good at omitting?
Yes.
I figured.
I was good at it, man. I'm getting better at being more transparent because I realize that's a part of complete honesty.
But truth in your mind can also be addressing what you think is important and not addressing or not hearing the truth from other people. As a Gemini, that's what you do.
Right. I mean, I don't know about the Gemini attack, but you know.
Nigga, there are times when we've had conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what happened, and you be like, no, well, that happened because of this, that, and the other, or whatever. But the truth in it, that's your truth as to what kind of really happened.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something else there, and that'll come back around 2 or 3 days later once you get off the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get past the attack on your character or whatever happened, you'll be like, all right. I did do that, whatever, but that's because of this, that, and the other, but that's not what you offer in the first. So there's 2 different types of truths right there.
Facts.
So that's what I meant when I say that, because my girl does the same thing.
Right.
Sorry, Tanae, sorry. So you got to get some.
Wait, she does what?
Defend in right now, but when she thinks about it later, she'll say, okay, I did do that because of the situation that happened 2 years ago. And yeah, I haven't dealt with it. Or, something like that. This isn't a true story, but
So you
this,
say
I'm willing to work on it
in
now.
the moment she'll defend herself.
In the moment, because I'm attacking, she'll be like, no, I did that because I wanted fucking crabs. And that's why I went there, or whatever it may be. And I went and got crabs. It had nothing to do with what you're talking about. And I'm like, you're doing that because of what happened 2 fucking years ago. And it's resurfacing now through this. And I see it because it's 2 + 2 makes 7 to me.
I really hate the saying, but it makes sense.
7 is my
right?
lucky number, so I know what I'm talking about.
Can I
It'll
give
take
you-
a couple of days for her to sit with it and say, okay, I get what you're saying, and yes, that may be true. I know it's something I have to work on, but the attack in the moment, she might have wanted fucking crabs. But what I'm saying is true too, and she won't acknowledge that. That's what the fuck I'm saying. It has nothing to do with what I'm
Can I
talking
give you an example of one of my old Gemini omissions?
Yes.
And this is something that I didn't realize was an issue until it was brought up to me. So, sometimes you just got to learn, right? So, let me pass that. For example, my day will go by, talk to my lady, be like, yeah, I spoke to Tahoe today. I spoke to Mouse today. I was hanging out with Toro today. I might omit the fact that I spoke to Dodge today.
Oh.
Dodge happens to be a beautiful woman with no connection. So I'm like, me and Dodge is just platonic, so it's no thing. It's not like I'm lying about it, but I omitted the fact that I spoke to a beautiful woman today. You know what I mean? Even though I was telling you about everybody else that I spoke to. So I realized that is dishonest, right?
Would you say that?
And then when I come at you and say, yo,
go ahead.
okay.
Would you mention if you spoke to like a woman that wasn't pretty? Like Betty. Like you talked to Betty. I talked to ugly ass Betty earlier.
So yeah. No, to
You
your
would say
point,
yes.
somebody that's completely non-threatening.
Unattractive.
Non-threatening is a
You
better
would
word
say-
than unattractive. Yes. So and
No,
this is
I think non-threatening is way worse than unattractive.
well,
It is
whatever.
Like yo,
Say,
shout out to all the
I'm
non-threatening bitches in the room.
I am literally the best
Yo,
one
at trap
here.
karaoke, I'm be like, yo, where the beautiful ladies at? When they make noise, I'm be like, we all the non-threatening bitches in the room. See if they make noise. I'm like, yeah, that means you ugly bitch. Word to Trom.
Oh my God.
And the show that Trom comes to, I'm going crazy.
Who put Hennessy in this nigga's drink? 'Cause this nigga's
actually-
wild. He's not doing that trap karaoke.
So to
It's
bring
actually Dragon Battery.
to bring my point home, what Dude was saying is so spot on because you do have to be vulnerable. Because in order for me to tell my woman that I spoke to Dodge, she has to be able to receive that without being like, oh, really? Why you spoke to Dodge? Like, you know what I mean? So there has to be that the level of security in the relationship has to be there in order for you to be vulnerable. So in effect, it's a two-way street. So I I've always said I'm gonna be more honest with somebody that I can be honest with, if that makes sense. Like if somebody can receive my honesty, then I got no problem. I would rather be honest. Like, you know what I mean? But if the relationship is strained in a way where the trust isn't there, the insecurities are there, it could be your fault. That might lead to dishonesty, and that's something that I definitely had to deal with. So.
Vulnerability is an interesting fucking word when we talk about all of these things, because they're speaking about things that might not even be seen, things that might not even be noticed or recognized, or red flags or anything, and you're volunteering this information. How much information are you supposed to fucking volunteer?
Vulnerability is hard for me. I can be transparent all day.
I saw my ex bitch last night and my dick got hard. Am I supposed to fucking tell you that?
I don't know, but I struggle.
There's smart and there's dumb.
Yeah.
Make your choice.
There's vulnerable
It's a
and
bit
there's
much.
suicidal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm happy here. I want to be single. Make your choice when you answer this question.
You saw her as enough. So stop there.
Yeah,
You would say that?
No, wouldn't say anything.
I would.
Dodge, you're not like.
What am I?
You're
not?
the man.
You're
in
not
the
the.
relationship.
There's that. But also, what he said it, I get flipped.
No, because they go back and forth. You shut the fuck up.
Me and him don't go back and forth.
No.
I told him. I told him I want him to suck on a magnet. Remember?
That was you
A
did say
magnet.
because
he
he
got
had
a
a
tongue
tongue
ring.
ring.
That's nuts.
The nigga definitely told him to suck on a magnet 2 days ago. That shit is nuts.
What
All right, go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
what I'm saying is, Dodge has since I've known her, Dodge has had a level of transparency and openness in her relationships, whether serious or not, that I was like, niggas deal
He
with
always
this.
thought I was crazy.
Like, I'm like, niggas deal with this? Like, what? You said what to who? You did what with who and told him
I say
what?
this all the time. Like,
So I'm like, that's why I say, Dodge, stay off this one. Leave this one for the regular
that's a
liars.
let's talk regular people.
Yeah, talk to regular liars like us. Like, oh my god, what? There's just certain things I'm not gonna say. It's no reason
You
to
don't
say
say
it.
anything.
I don't say anything. I'm a terrible communicator, amazing orator, terrible communicator. For those very
you'll
reasons.
ever be at a point where
No.
you'll be able to.
No, absolutely not. Because the one thing I value over everything is what, Dodge? Peace. And if it's this has been my sister for 10 plus years at this point.
Bitch, you can't count. We ain't at 10
Said
yet.
plus. Oh.
We're not at 10 yet.
How many are we at?
Mouse is an exaggerator.
Yeah, a habitual exaggerate. Just be
How many
lying,
I
son.
thought it was 10. What year are we at?
Nigga, I am 33. I met you at 23. You met me when you was 23.
Child, I don't remember that age.
Why we beefing? What happened? Why you
Yeah,
even did
dumb.
that? You had to do all that.
Because he be lying.
Send me to jail.
He lied professionally.
Send me to jail. Send me to jail.
He lied professionally. It's been like
Trump, I'm going to
7.
jail after this.
It was no need. All right.
It was
everybody-
7?
all
It was
right,
like
relax.
7.
If you round up, that's 10.
Oh wait, relax. All right. Trom.
So now our 10-year anniversary of friendship is not going to mean
What
as much.
is vulnerable enough versus what's not? Because to
I think you got to answer
my
that.
women,
You got to
to
answer
my-
that for yourself.
To women with me, I'm not even gonna say to Tanae, but to women with me, no matter how vulnerable you've been, you could be more.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on the receiver and how they feel to respond. Because some things might not be a big deal that you know, unless they want it to be, and that's a big deal.
Don't do that.
I think vulnerability is a matter of yourself. And I think a lot of times we get caught up in the crutch of blaming or looking for an out through someone else. You're only going to be as vulnerable as you want to be. No one else can change that. No matter how safe the space is, you have to be honest with yourself to share this information. You have to be honest with yourself to give that person the opportunity to do with it what they will. But it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you.
Is it vulnerable if you're just saying it because you're scared they're gonna find out?
Vulnerability isn't subjective.
So I would say vulnerability is saying something knowing that they won't find out. Like you're exposing yourself, and there's really
How
probably
often
no
would you
way.
do that?
I think that's transparent.
I don't think you need to do that all the time, but if you do it every once in a while, then it builds trust because the person realizes like, yo, you told me something that you really did not have to tell
Do you
me.
think that counts when they find out some shit that you didn't tell them?
You can't think like that.
No, because it doesn't really.
You can't think like that.
It doesn't. When they find out you didn't tell them, they're not gonna be like, "Well, he told me this other shit." They're not gonna care
But
about
you
that.
can't even.
That's
you can't
not
even,
necessarily true.
It doesn't matter, right? You're going into something like, it's like I'm going to rob this bank, but it's my first offense, so hopefully I only get 10 years.
I've never robbed a bank before.
Guess what? You're still gonna get. You're gonna get first degree. It's premeditated. You're going down, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like, don't even put yourself in a situation where that is the thought process. Where I mean, if this gets out, I hope this 5 months of me just telling her it was Random Fact Wednesday. Like you just like I hope I built up enough Random Fact Wednesdays about myself that when she finds out I did this thing and I betrayed her trust in this way, she'll have to say, "Oh, he was vulnerable on Random Fact Wednesday."
I do that. Definitely. If I've given you enough random facts and you find out some other shit, I'm like, yo, I told you about this. Oh, I'm going in.
That's not vulnerable.
I told you about this. I told you about this.
So
I'm mad. I tell you about this.
That's gaslighting. Okay.
You built up a history of trust. It counts for something.
No, what are you saying?
I don't think so.
Tom, you're full. I thought you were a good person.
Why?
That was not a good person thing.
Why would you think?
It's not
Look at what he told. Listen,
it's not foolproof, but I'm just saying it means something.
It's because Trump got a nice,
should
calm,
mean
and
something.
soothing voice. Everybody,
should mean
Trump be
something.
saying fucked up shit.
Nah,
that was crazy. I just caught that one. That was crazy.
No, let's be real. The fact is that okay, I wasn't as honest with this, but I have been honest about other things. That doesn't count. You're like, oh, it's gaslighting, but it's like, yo, I might have had a reason. I was just talking about with my dad. Reasons why he might did this, that, and the other. Right? Y'all just said that at the end of the last episode. I can't have a reason that maybe triggered me or trauma, whatever, or history in our relationship. The reason why I didn't want to say this, but I am trying to be honest with you about all this other shit. Yes. I am. This one, it was hard for me to do. So yes, I'm trying to be fucking honest with you. This one was a little hard. So now it's gaslighting?
Yes, it is gaslighting because you're it's gaslighting because you're looking to deflect and make this person feel differently. You're trying to make this person feel less betrayed based on the things you shared in the past. Instead of being accountable and saying, I effed up.
You can do
Stop
both.
right there. No,
you can. I feel this is how I feel, honestly. Like there is sometimes I know that I am emotional. I know that sometimes I can kind of go overboard. I know that sometimes I can be very dramatic, or I can see things as making it seem like the sky is falling. But after I actually sit down and process, it's different. I use this type of strategy whenever I get frustrated about things in my relationship, because it's like, are you really about to make a big deal out of this when you have all of this? It's not worth it. Like, nobody is perfect. Like, we're all gonna have days that we fuck up. We're all gonna have days that we fall short. So no, I'm not going to overreact and succumb to my emotions because he might have did this way today and I didn't like it, when he's done all of these other things before and I didn't have anything to bitch or moan about. So I think that there's a balance with that, but I think it also comes with the person that you're in that relationship with and being able to have the maturity to be like, all right, I'm not going, like, I'm not going to not hold you accountable for how you made me feel, but I'm not going to take it to the extreme because I know that your normal behavior and behavior pattern is this. So you can't, I'm not going to persecute you for making a mistake because you're human.
What about outright lie?
That's different.
I don't know. And I'm realizing, therapy moment. I'm realizing that. I'm realizing
he be fake in and out of like little.
Has he gone to therapy?
Hell no, you don't.
He's been fake in and out of little things.
Not at all. A child.
He got a therapist. He has a therapist.
My daughter has a therapist.
He made friends with his daughter's therapist, and he be using her as his therapist sometimes.
That's not what happened.
But they not really
we're
in therapy.
Friends. I just be talking to her, and when she gets to like responding back,
therapizing.
No, I tell her not to. I'm
but
like,
she be therapizing you. I was on the phone with her.
I say, what? No,
so
never.
She's therapizing you.
No, are you? No,
yes.
Because I don't let it happen.
Yes, you do.
I say, Alicia, you're trying to therapize me. Shout out to the Theranista. If you need therapy, go check her out. Theranista on Instagram. But when she starts, I bet Alicia, you're therapizing. I just need a friend.
She's in his
same
head.
thing.
I love that.
It's wording. It's semantics.
What I will say, anyway, like I was saying, therapy moment, because I think I'm realizing why for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been so against relationship podcast stuff. And I think it's because I have realized what I've always said to you when we discuss podcasting, you have to be responsible with your platform, right? And in that, you have to be honest with yourself. I can't talk about relationships from nothing because I ain't never had no successful relationship.
Nope.
I'm actually leading the league in unsuccessful relationships.
You are.
Like,
it's like 0-42
you can
at this
shut,
point.
You
I'm gonna
can
tell you
shut
what.
up.
I like
to hit you when
I'm
you're
gonna
down.
say, before I change the topic again, I will tell you this. Nobody understands what you just said more than me. Leaving Cuddy, going through what we had. So around that time, I was doing all of these. And relationship this, and you should do this, that, and the other. I went through a situation, which you and I spoke about on my 33. I haven't done much relationship talks after that. I haven't done much of that after that because I just felt like it's important to be 100, and I just didn't feel like 100.
Yeah.
After having so many failures in my personal life, I just really need to build
And then you see, but then
before I go preaching about things. So that's kind of the same
and then
thing
when
you're
you
talking
do
about.
that, you're able to kind of step back, right? Like it's almost like in boxing, right? You're able to pull, and you can see the punch coming, right? And you're like, I see what you're doing over there, buddy. Oh, I see what's going on. The slow music in the background, the grass background, the slow music. I see what's going on here. You're selling something.
What's that song that we was doing?
Yeah. You're selling something. I see what's going on here. And I don't ever want to be that person. So when it comes to this conversation that y'all talking about within relationships, I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is about intention, right? If your intention is to be honest, you're going to be honest. And your honesty is going to envelop and engulf all three of those things that man Isaac and Tron was just talking about. Your honesty is going to be a transparent honesty, and it's going to be one of vulnerability. If you subtract any of the three, you have to understand that you're no longer being honest. You're being convenient.
Mm-hmm. That's a word. I'm going to leave it right there. We are now exiting.
Don't be coming on my podcast.
This serious. No, it was a good. Shit. That's your spot.
Oh, that was your thing.
That's your spot.
Sorry.
But you're drinking.
Just use AI.
I'm just chilling.
Just use AI.
Son,
Just use AI to make it Dodger's voice.
Son, when she poured that wine,
that was the
you hear
last
that
word
shit?
on the podcast.
I was trying to
That
do
shit
it
said,
down
"Gloop,
there.
He said,
gloop, gloop.
she poured that. I said, oh, rough day. Rough day we've had.
I was like, damn.
I just asked.
No, you didn't.
You didn't. I didn't have to ask. The pour of the cup told
me. Jesus, we are so late. Okay, I'll figure this out later on.
Don't forget it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, okay. We are in the fun discussion portion of the pod.
Thank God, hallelujah.
Yay. The clue.
I gotta work tomorrow. I'm really gonna leave y'all. The three of y'all got it under control.
Travis so funny.
This is something that's been argued from this clue. It sounds like it's something that we've had.
Why do I keep saying clue?
Several.
What's that?
I don't know. It's just something that I be doing.
Okay.
And
I didn't want to be left out, but okay.
That's how I know you don't listen to the show.
It's this conversation has happened over and over again, from what I can tell, and I haven't listened to Fontaine's clip. But the clue is, I'ma pay my portion. Answer is that's Mouse, and Mouse is part of the what is it called?
No, oh God,
the Sexy Bitch Society. What's Brianni and
Oh, the sex symbol. I'm not part of the sex symbol committee. I'm not. Shout out to the sex symbols though. Hi Draco.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man, do the clue.
The answer is Fontaine discusses if it's fair to pay your bill or to split it.
Right.
Let's see.
For real?
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead and say it. It seems to be a little confusion afoot, so I'm just go ahead and say it. If we go out to eat and there's a bunch of people, I'm paying my tab. I had 2 tacos and a margarita. What the fuck you mean send you $100? What's in this margarita? Oh, you must be broke. No, but something in here gonna get broke. I didn't even touch that mimosa carafe. I'm over here feeling loco off the Lobos. I billed $60. You talking about sending you $120. I don't know what you're gonna do with the extra 20 cents, but here come my 75. I'll let you math it up from there. Seems to be a little confusion.
I love Richie.
So I'm just go ahead and say it.
Shout out my brother Richie.
Shout out to Richie Fontaine.
Y'all don't do math well enough to even say shit like this. I'm sorry.
I do math very well.
Because when you're talking about splitting bills, you also have to add in taxes and gratuity. So don't just add up your fucking wing, your fry, your margarita and be like, that's all I got.
I just told
Do
you.
the math.
I just told you 2 + 2 = 7. And y'all laughed.
and he
That
was right.
had the taxes, the gratuity.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
That was
What
nice.
are you talking about?
That was nice.
That's good.
That
What
was
is
nice.
You should go back to stand up.
Come on.
That right there says I trust it.
I'm wrong?
No.
When I say, listen, I ordered
No,
this
you're
$4,
still
I
wrong.
gave you
No,
7.
no,
Dead
you're
wrong.
still
I
wrong.
gave you
Dead wrong.
7.
Because if the bill, no, that was really good. But
That was a
you're
good
still
one.
wrong, but that was really good.
No, I don't like people like that. Like, at the end of the day, and then, like, if you're gonna sit there and itemize, like, oh, I only had that, like, if we bought a carafe for the table, it's for the table. Get a drink from the fucking carafe. Like, stop penny pinching. Like, oh, I only had 2 tacos and a margarita. Nobody told you to have 2 tacos and a margarita. That was a choice you made.
I think group dinners
never
are
seen
not.
your credit card.
I hang out with men, and you never gonna see it.
All right, so why you should
I ain't
shut
gonna
up.
lie. If
I shouldn't,
Sit
because
on
when
the
I'm
side,
out, when I'm
you
out with
have
my
nothing-
friends,
you don't
when I'm
pay
out with my
nothing.
friends, divided by everybody at this table, I will Apple Pay you whatever.
Tell all
I
the
ain't gonna
guys
lie.
what to spend.
I ain't gonna lie. This is why I don't go. I'm strict. Don't invite me to no group dinners. Don't invite me to baby
It's
showers.
different.
Like,
You don't drink. That's different. You can pay your tab. That's
No,
different.
because then I still feel weird
Why?
about not. And
But
I
you
think
don't
everyone
drink.
who's been out with me understands that. Like, I'm gonna overpay just because let's avoid that conversation. First of all, I don't even like
Is that anxiety?
No, I don't know. It's just I don't like the whole everybody looking around. Who gonna pay the
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You all right?
Tron, how you feel about this?
I can't stand all I had was the chicken wing ass nigga.
I hate it.
So it can backfire. This shit happened to me, but you just gotta take the loss and just know who you're going to dinner with and know what your pockets is looking like. I'm not going out to dinner if I can't afford to spend more than what I ate and more than what I drink, cause I'm not trying to itemize the bill. That's mad ghetto. I'm sorry. If it's 4 of us, we gonna split it 4 ways, or one of us is paying it, and then you'll catch it on the next go around. Like, I don't like all that math, and it shit backfired on me one time. I was in Australia, and
That's where it
I'm not even
started.
trying to flex, right?
It's no problem. It's all right.
Not trying to flex, but
Come on, country continent.
went there
Heard
with
you.
wifey, and we had dinner with some wealthy people, right? It was a nice restaurant. The portions were tiny. I was fucking hungry when we left the restaurant, right? The bill came out to like
Americans.
$3,500.
American?
American dollar.
American dollars.
Oh.
There was like a couple of dudes that was ordering everything for the table. They were ordering wine, the most expensive wine in the sweat. These dudes got bread, right? We sitting there like, all right, like what's gonna happen, right? When the bill came, everybody agreed that the dudes were gonna split it. So maybe there was like 5 dudes. So we had to split it 5 ways. Me being one.
apiece.
So I had to drop $700 for a tab that was clearly not worth $700. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, all I had was 1 glass of wine. You know what I mean? Fucking pay the bill and be like, all right, never again. I'm not going to dinner with
Right.
these motherfuckers because it
Yes.
just wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? But so yeah, it'll backfire. But I'd rather it backfire on me every once in a while than be that nigga that's talking about I only
I
ordered
promise
the
you,
fucking
I ain't
chicken.
never coming back to Australia. I ain't never gonna see y'all again. I'm arguing that bill down. Excuse me. I didn't have that. I didn't
You
have
wanna know what's, like,
$7.
so
I just
funny.
want to tell you, like, $3,500, and
a lot.
niggas is breaking and spend like.
Somebody
spending
should have
it.
put that on their card. On
Y'all
their
got
Amex.
it. Why are we splitting it?
Because the men.
If you can do all that, what's the point of splitting it?
Pretty sure it's somebody's ego. The person who said it, their ego was shot a little bit. Like, let's split it.
That shit don't make no sense.
It was a little while because they were ordering for the table.
If you're wilding like
And
that, that
wilding.
means I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
So there's a certain type of like.
Anglo-Saxons.
If I'm going out with women,
We were the only black
and I've
people at
had
the
an
table.
issue.
I believe it.
They weren't all Anglo-Saxon, but we were the only black people. I wasn't going to be the one to be like,
It's like
nah, we ain't splitting this.
There's a culture around this shit that is unspoken, and some of it is just understood, and some of shit is assumed. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, if I'm doing certain shit, you good.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, okay, I'm not doing certain shit, but I'll assume responsibility because I'm here.
Right.
It's too many people that just don't understand. Like, I don't know what the group.
I think it also depends on who you go out with, right? I think like if you're not really out with your real friends, then that's when shit gets tricky. So case in point, last week I had to leave here because I told you guys like I had dinner, like I had a dinner to go to, so I was late to the dinner. My friends had already ordered appetizers, they ordered meals. They're like, yo, what do you want? I'm like, I want the jerk chicken salad. They ordered me a drink. Cool. The bill comes. I put my card down automatically. Was I here for all of this shit? No. But these are my friends. Mm-hmm. You know what my friend said to me? Bitch, you only ordered a salad. Put that card away. Right. And they paid for my food. Right. And that's the way. And like, even though I'm like, yo, y'all sure I got the tip like, because that's what friendship looks like. Like, y'all was here longer than me. Y'all had more drinks, more food or whatever. But I will still pay for that because y'all are my friends. And the real friends will be like, nah.
The fact that you offered meant everything, and I was dead ass.
That makes more. Friends, you're using friends, and you're using money, capital. Two different dynamics. Like some friends will say, "Yo, you're like we only invited you out because we're friends, but we don't. You're not gonna split the bill with us. You expect us to pay for your shit, like or what? Like I've seen friends break up over this shit. I've seen
friends. Your friendship is not secure.
Sure, I will agree with that because if a friendship can be broken over something as menial as something minimal,
we say don't come out. They acted funny,
but
talking
what
about
I
each
think,
other.
Stop being poor.
What I will say is you have to know, and it could be your best friend, but they can't come all the time.
Who to hang out with?
Sometimes your best friend. Sometimes if it's your best friend, and you got to know we're good at one-on-one dinners because
it's just me.
You order what you ordered. I order what I ordered. We know what that is. Everybody, I don't think our culture. I hate saying that.
Go ahead, say it.
Certain people
pussy
like to do the group dinner and don't have group dinner friend money.
But it's crazy.
So
group
you
dinner,
have
you wind up paying less anyway. If once you split it down the middle, 9 times out of 10, it's probably gonna be less.
And a lot of restaurants don't even do all that extra shit.
Right.
A lot of restaurants
put the shit on one card.
What are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing? No, they're not doing all that.
Yeah,
they're not. They're not itemizing it at all. Like, and I think, listen, I've never drank, but if I'm out with my, I've paid for bottles, just to avoid. Dodge has seen it. There's people mad at me right now over bottles. I'm like, boy, we're not doing all that, bro. Like,
yo, why you do that?
I'm just saying, like, we're not doing all that, bro. Like, here, like, just here. I ain't never drank. I ain't never had a sparkler signed with my name on it. But if it's going to avoid the annoying weirdness of not having, like, just doing that, when the bartender got to do this, and they, you know when the bartender bring the bottles over and they holding it a little tight, I don't want to even do that.
Also, on the exit of this, I've also seen people that just overdo all of it.
You gotta know who you're going out with. I'm not going out with the overdo.
I've seen people like mad. Say if he didn't drink, but he put in money, and be like, all right, but Mouse didn't drink and he still put in money. And I've seen people same people were like, oh, Mouse tried to escape even though he didn't drink. And he didn't want to pay, and he kind of put this money down and left. Not talking about you.
I know.
But it's like, yo, so y'all are like,
shout out to the friend.
What's the rules?
Shout out to the friend group because when we go out, niggas already know. If it's all of us, right? I'll talk about me. A whole bunch of us went to Atlanta. I took care. No, I'm not going that deep. I'm just saying we went to Atlanta, and all of the other homies, everybody took care of the drinks. Right? Because we're the guys, and then the girl that was with us, boom, you take care of drinks, the mouse take care of the food. That's just what it is. Ain't no woman going in her purse around us. All right, we gonna take care of the food. Mouse got the food. Whatever y'all want, go ahead, order. What you getting? Hurry up, get your food. You getting that? Boom, here, and then go to drinks. Boom. But it's done. It's after that, it's done. It's over. No, there's no weirdness. I'm at a point in my life. I'm not here. I don't want no weird. I can't afford it because if somebody film it and put it on Shade Room, then Joe Button gonna call me a failure.
I also think that they're before the pandemic. I don't got time. No,
he's calling you a failure.
Yeah,
he wasn't calling you a failure. He's calling them failures.
No, he was.
What's he talking about?
No, he was talking about me.
So what? Did they take it personal?
Who's that? Oh, you're talking about. Oh, he must be going. Listen, crackheads have the same argument twice sometimes. So
How you know?
because I've been around crackheads before.
That close?
I haven't slept with them like some of us.
I had one. I had sex with one time.
It is
One time. That's really good though.
I see, because you was pushing at me. I seen it. I see what you was doing. You was about.
Mouse Jones speaks about beef with Joe Budden on podcast. All right.
I'm gonna just tell them more. I'm be like, fast forward to the part where Tahoe sleep with the crackhead. Fast forward to that part, y'all.
Rich niggas.
Oh God.
And the clue, mom, are rich niggas. Sorry, I'm been drinking. Are rich niggas ruining podcasts?
Dash was ruining.
I said, what the hell? Let's see.
No, I really don't.
Rich
I don't wanna
niggas
do it.
is looking around like us. Oh, we told you how to get the Forex.
Oh, us. Oh, you're.
No, I
us.
said rich. You didn't, girl. Bye.
The rich niggas. Here we go. Let's go.
Okay.
All you rich niggas, all you high-end
Oh, I
drug
love this
dealing
guy.
niggas, all you athletes, stop getting on these podcasts talking broke nigga shit. You get what I'm saying? A man's supposed to pay all the bills. Bitch, you're rich. You can afford to pay all the bills. And if you're rich and you ain't paying all the bills, you's a bitch. Stop talking this six-figure nigga shit. We got to go 60-30, sometimes 40-40, 40-80, whatever the fuck it go.
40-40
Sometimes
is
you might got
crazy.
to hold a nigga down.
Who got the other 20?
Getting on here and got these girls' minds all fucked up like every random nigga can afford his bills and her bills. Nah, only them rich niggas can do it, and now these niggas fucking with the weed, they can do it too. Dope boys been doing it. I have a good year in comedy, I do it every now and then, but fuck that. Y'all rich niggas start this podcast talking about what a man supposed to do. Y'all niggas rich.
He's
I didn't know you were talking about that.
He is fed
No,
up.
he's 1,000%
I
right.
like what he's saying.
He's 1,000% right.
You do?
Yeah.
And Tahoe, I think you could agree with this because a lot of times you said on this podcast that you speak for the niggas that don't have a voice, niggas in the streets that aren't as elevated as you are, but you remember where you were back then. And it's like, yo, you wasn't always rich. You wasn't always the nigga that could pay all your shorties' bills. So they'll come up on, have a microphone, and Mouse even said, like, if you got a microphone, you got to have some type of responsibility with your voice. You can't forget about the niggas, the 90% of the niggas that can't afford to do what you saying. Like, yeah,
95%.
man, like, not everybody could do that.
I mean, okay, but do you really think that you can represent at this point in where we are in our lives? Can we really represent for niggas that's outside right now that don't have much? Can you really think
not
the way
listening.
they are and really empathize
They
with their
are.
struggle and say what they should do from situation to situation? Niggas don't have nothing. Especially after COVID. These niggas hard up. These niggas is driving their cars into stores. Like through the window.
No, don't cry that now. Cause during the pandemic, you was up. Pandemic boys, and I was just sitting there eating it.
Yeah.
I was like
you wish
this.
you got a PPP loan. Yo, you wish, because niggas got away with that shit.
What I was telling you.
I'm
What I was
like,
telling you the whole
damn,
pandemic. I was like,
son.
Tahoe, I'm about to don't do that shit, bro. Don't do that shit.
Damn,
I'm
son.
about to do it, Tahoe. Don't do that shit,
Niggas
bro.
really got away with that shit, son.
They did.
I was like,
heard,
nah,
I
I'm
heard
not
that
gonna-
shit is eating their taxes.
Ooh, you think these niggas do their taxes?
Well, when they finally do it and they finally get their legit job when they 40, they gonna be sick.
They'll always have a woman that's in love with them by then. They'll be fine.
Will
So-
you?
Oof.
Okay,
That was
rich
rougher than the
niggas
crackhead
ruin the
comment.
podcast. What my question to this is, do we as men or people come from some place that is just not realistic when we're talking to the masses?
I don't.
People, especially you, me, like we're all shit. I heard.
I don't even talk about money.
Nigga, you have on
Yeah,
a
but we act money.
Hermes
We act money.
watch.
I don't know
for
if
your
you act-
Apple Watch.
I don't know if that's a thing, right? Like, I think
that was before I had money. I saved up for this watch.
Oh,
he's lying. Why are you listening to him?
I said oh.
Oh,
That was my empathy. I was
He's
being-
lying.
I didn't save up, but I had a little All right, whatever.
What was the point of lying for?
I didn't
Not you,
save
Master
up.
Liar.
but I
You
didn't
literally
have as
put
much
on
money.
you put your diamond Norman. Dan, I said he's a
Now,
hoe.
I bought this watch years
No,
ago.
the what?
No,
The
we're talking
ring.
about the
Talk about the
strap.
ring.
Yeah, it's a whole Hermes Apple Watch.
Nah, it's a Hermes Apple Watch. I remember when he bought it because I called him and I was like,
It's a Hermes Apple Watch.
I know. I'm telling. I called you when you bought
I
it.
gotta show everybody. I told you that this morning. I told you that today. I have to show.
Ooh. Did you hear what he said?
Nah, come on,
I'm gonna say it. He said you tapped the Cartier wrist to show him an Apple Watch.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
What am I supposed to do?
Tap out
Nigga
on.
making it. He
Tap your
Y'all
urinal.
are really
Tap your
rich
urinal.
nigga podcasting right now.
Yes,
Boy, I
y'all
tell
are.
you.
No. I think
My watch
So
is
how are
from
we
Amazon.
talking? So how are we talking for people who are living in a different type of struggle?
because we ain't
That makes
we
sense.
laugh and joke here, and we may in a niggardly fashion celebrate our ownings, are the things we have, but I don't talk money. And I don't talk money issues. I don't do that. I think that
live a different lifestyle. You might
but
not.
I
We
still don't talk money.
money.
I'm not on a podcast ever talking
The
about
access-
Pay, I mean, maybe, but
We
am I
talk about how you.
Because
You
5
are a
seconds
liar.
ago, 5 seconds ago, I just said pay your part of the bill.
You are a liar.
But that's your part of the bill. I don't suggest
You
it.
just sat here talking about how you bought money for you bought food for all of it. You know how
You
much
bought bottles
food
and you
is
don't
for
drink.
bitches? I'd rather buy the
Copper Cove,
bottles
and it was
than
Copper
buy the
Cove.
food.
It was Copper Cove rugs. You know what you was doing. Lamb chops is expensive.
See?
And this was when lamb chops first came out. This was brand new lamb chops. Like
Lamb
this was
chops first
yeah. It
came
was
out.
like the serial numbers were still on the lamb chops when they was brand new.
And the problem is that we're telling people how to behave in society or in groups or with your wife or your baby mama or with your kids. Oh, just take them out on their own. Don't go shopping together or pay for your own trip or do this, that, and the other. But we're at a different point in life where shit like that is accessible. We're not able to really represent for the people that don't have.
I don't
So
think
it's easy for us to
I don't
talk
think it's
that
the-
way now.
I don't think it's the same. I think these things. I think talking about money happens in a vacuum, and the only people paying attention to that vacuum are the people that one can either afford to buy that vacuum or are lusting after that vacuum. So the people who are I think that guy was probably referring to the Steve Harvey Shannon Sharp clip. And he's like talking to pay the bills, pay the bills. And
Shut up.
that's what he was saying. But he can afford that. He could afford that. And he's dealing with a woman who's not gonna accept anything less. But that's your choice. Those are your choices. That's what you got. The only people that should be listening to that are people that can afford to pay their woman's bills, which means they have enough money to pay for their Marjorie, or they have a woman whose bill they can afford. See, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody ever wants to talk about that part. Shooting at your basket. You keep shooting up there. One of them times you're going to hit that shot. I ain't no 3-point shooter, but if I take 10 threes, I'm going to hit one of them. Now I got to live with that. So now you got this woman, and because you kept shooting at that basket up there that you really had no business shooting at, you should have been down here. Because you can afford this.
On the layup line?
Because you should have been taking layups. Because you can afford layups. You could finish through traffic. You could switch to the left. LeBron, filet,
Finger roll.
but you think you Steph Curry, and now you done hit this half court shot, and now they done signed you off hitting that half court shot, and they got hit it every time.
Shout out to Filet.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't have time.
You gotta be able. I'm not even anything Steve Harvey talking about outside of business, outside of breaking into the industry,
Stop yelling.
outside of, well, I don't want to listen to him kicking Bernie Mac's back in, but any positive things he's talking about in business, I'm gonna listen to because that is what I'm going for.
Sean, what do you think?
I think we've talked about, well, I can say for myself, definitely, I always try to speak for the starving artist because I remember where I was. And a lot of times the narrative for a while on this podcast was I'm cheap, I'm frugal, I don't buy chicks drinks.
That's the narrative?
It's the same narrative.
That was the narrative.
That
It's
is
the truth.
literally.
But that's not the truth anymore. But I stick to it
You buying
because
bitches drinks?
because I
Let me ask you this question: when you buy
He does
bitches
not.
drink, do you
doesn't.
Are you vulnerable with that information?
Shut up. Shut up.
Nope.
Shut up.
You buy a drink and walk away.
I don't date anymore, so I'm
You don't
in a
date
relationship.
anyone, or you don't date anymore?
I'm in a relationship, so I don't have to buy single
Oh,
ladies
got you.
drinks. But I always speak, a lot of times when these financial stuff comes up, I speak about who I was because I want to represent for those people, the voiceless, right? So I definitely believe I don't like the rich nigga podcast shit because that doesn't represent 90% of America. So, and I'm very honest with my situation. I'm 46 years old. Until I was like 40, I didn't even understand how credit worked. I didn't have a savings account until I was like 42, dead ass. Now I'm doing okay for myself. But I know where I was. I was a check-to-check DJ. I was a starving artist. I was very happy. I was able to live and do things I had to do, but I was not fiscally responsible. So I'm speaking to that person because I know that there's still people out there like that and still people that are younger than I am that they can't afford the $500 dates and all the narratives that's going on Instagram. The majority of people can't, and it's irresponsible to talk like that and to shame people that can't pay all of their girlfriend's bills. That's not realistic. You don't have to be, I shouldn't be a standard for a real man to have to pay all of his girlfriend's bills. Not every nigga could do that. And they could still be an honorable dude with integrity and character and all of that. So yeah, I always fight for that.
So you don't want to buy a drink. we're at two different metrics. You talking about paying bills, and you don't want to buy a chick a drink at the bar until you know her well enough.
That was my point. Was I never like to lead with money because I couldn't afford to do so.
$14 is money.
Did you hear what he said? That's the part that everybody's missing.
What?
I don't lead with money because I can't afford to. That's vulnerability. Good job. And now
that's transparency.
Transparency and vulnerability. No, it's both because he's trusting you to be vulnerable. He's trusting you to be vulnerable enough with his financial situation. I ain't got it. That's vulnerability. I don't lead with money. Transparency. Girl.
It's just a lot. Tron could always afford a $10 drink at the bar.
Ooh, $10 to drink something. $10.
Moving on.
Ginger ale is $2, child. And I'm not getting two of them.
I was gonna go on into This Week in These Niggas, but our last topic and fun discussion for this week, although Trav had so much more with Mouse.
Facts.
The clue is
my ear hurt.
Oh wow!
I asked this nigga to stop yelling 14
I didn't even
times.
yell.
Yo, you be screaming.
The clue is sex equals parenting?
Huh?
Oh no, I'm out.
The answer, tonight's conversation podcast discusses having sex means you want to be a parent.
What?
Oh, I get the laziness, but I get it.
It's consent to sex, consent to fatherhood.
Unprotected sex, be clear.
So unprotected. So
Unprotected or protected?
so you
Protected? Then what am I buying a condom for? Why would I waste my money if I want a baby?
It's not because it's more than just a baby. That kind of helping you not get an itch too, my guy.
First things first.
so
Obey your thirst head.
have you ever told a man, "Come in me, daddy"? Have you ever told a man, "Come in me, daddy"?
And didn't want the baby. And didn't want that baby.
Did you actually want a baby?
Ace. So Isha, every time y'all told a man, let me have it, you wanted that baby.
Go too hard, huh?
Y'all just take the fun out of everything, child.
This what?
What?
Yeah.
Says a mother.
Says
You literally took the fun out of it.
I took the plan B. It didn't work. So
Shout out.
Where's the mother?
Shout out to Big Parks. Yeah.
Yo, Park is strong
Yeah,
as
yeah.
shit.
shut up.
Right.
She two-piece that plan B.
I
She
took that
dropped
shit.
that
God took
motherfucker.
Plan B and Parker Burke.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't know what to say to this. Y'all,
A typical
sex
topic
is-
from them.
Shut up.
what do you have against them?
That's
Bro.
not them. It's just him.
Ace?
Yeah.
Yo, Mouse is an art of war type nigga. He literally picks his enemies. They never do anything to him. He's
No,
just like, you know
ever.
what? I don't like him. I'm going to attack. I want to smoke with you. React. I dare you. You do it all the time. You've been doing it for mad long.
To be had.
And I want so is that?
I just don't like.
Was that something?
I just don't like. I just don't like.
Nicest guy in the world.
Sure, but I don't like the bullshit. What I told you about earlier about the relationship thing. Like, come on, bro, you selling. But we talked about that before, so I don't want to do that. But
you know
cool.
what I think about when you do this. Artistry is artistry, and he's taking this as an art. This is what he does. A lot of us, I just feel like, he's got a broader scope of the game. And a lot of people do it, and they look at it as a business, and you do what works in business.
Sure.
That's it.
But aren't we tired of the rich nigga podcast stuff? So we're not tired of the bullshit nigga stuff yet.
I think that if he's got a huge audience of things that he's saying that are positive for his audience. Why is it bullshit? Yeah.
How's it positive? Kicking a nigga's back and isn't positive.
Oh, holding men accountable is what you're worried about.
No, holding men accountable is fine. Kicking niggas' backs in is different.
Sometimes you need your back kicked in.
Nobody ever needs their back kicked in.
You never said that to Dosh.
Dosh don't kick niggas' backs in.
I sure don't. Thank you, brother.
Dosh, you know what kicking a nigga back in is?
Thank you.
No, will Dosh call you a piece of shit and disrespect you in all kind of different ways? Yes. But kicking my back, I've never not been in a room and Dodge is dogging my name. At least she calls me. And then I can hear her dogging my name in front of me.
She won't do that.
I'm such a better person than y'all. Y'all made it seem like I was the bad one, but
yeah,
I'm
no.
not.
Now, will she talk about you? Let's not get it before over. She will talk about you like a dog.
I feel like I should get y'all in the room together.
Who?
I don't want to fight him. It's okay. We can have
talking about having mics and we're talking about responsibility.
I don't want to come at that.
I would talk him under. That's not fair.
We don't know.
No, I know.
We don't know.
He's not intelligent. He's not intelligent.
He's very intelligent.
He's not an intelligent speaker. He's not an intelligent speaker.
All right.
He sits in a room. He sits in a room unchallenged and just yells random words into microphones.
I've sat with him in several rooms, and the man knows what he's doing. He's smart.
I didn't say he doesn't know what he's doing. I say he's not,
very intelligent. I'm talking about having conversations.
He can't.
The man is very intelligent.
All right, sure. So let's do it. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't want to fight him. I don't.
It's not about fighting.
No, I'm just saying I'm able to be in a room.
Conversation.
You can't fight with two Cartier love bracelets.
They're very tight. They're very tight.
I'll take them off.
All right, let's move on. This week in these niggas. Again, shout out to Mouse Jones from Trap Karaoke.
What's going on? Trap? The word trap has been kicking your ass tonight. It's the third time you said trap karaoke. I'm not on a track. It's trap karaoke.
You are on a track.
What track am I on, brother?
The track to what? A mill?
To hell.
To a millie? to a mill? You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait.
Rappers lie. Now I know this clip because I sent it to Trav earlier. Where is it?
Oh, speaking of bills,
boom,
I have a bill for you.
Bing, boom. Wait, so the clip starts. Richmond, VA rapper Corey Ja is going viral currently for lying about his daughter's death for 2 years to promote his music career. Wow.
Huh?
It's captioned, "She's alive. I'm human. I made a mistake." What? Let's hear the clip.
Nobody was aware of the information that I'm about to drop, but like I said, my daughter is definitely still alive, and she's here in Richmond, and I just want to really let people know, like, I'm human. I made a mistake. Nobody was aware of it.
First of all, you see his beard? You see how low his beard came down?
No, how low?
His beard came down to his jawline. You trust somebody that's anything he says and you believe, that's on you. A man with a beard like that.
That beard. That's not
that's not up here. That's all the way down here.
It's chin strap.
That's a chin strap. He got an elongated chin strap.
Like a rabbit
I
tail.
bet. That's a fire ass beard, no?
Ew.
Oh, that's one of these.
So like where your beard is, imagine if you just
it just goes stupid. I mean,
What's
well, who
wrong
knows
with
where
people?
he's from? Richmond, VA. That might be their thing down there.
Yeah, I have a show down there, so I don't want to talk bad about it yet.
The mental illness in this country needs to be addressed at a high level.
The mental illness.
The mental illness in this country needs to be addressed at a high
attention
level.
is a drug. It's a hell of a
Attention
drug.
is a drug. Clout is a drug. It's a mental illness. It's like it goes back to that class clown shit. Like, I have to be the center of attention. You only will care about my artistry if you have empathy or sympathy for me. So let me sell you this sad ass story so that people can listen to me. Like, that's weird. People be weird, bro.
I'm not that mad at it. It's his kid. You do what you want with your kid. And you know how many things the rappers lie about every day?
Would you lie? Would you lie for fame? Like literally lie about your life?
Yes, I would.
What
if I found something interesting enough to lie about,
you lie about having kids?
Oof.
You
Oh, I was about to say something real fucked up.
Would you kill your kid?
What?
Would you say that your kid died?
Oh, in a lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they wasn't school age.
All right, can we delete this?
Delete it.
I'm not doing this with mouse. Nah.
I got the press statement ready.
You would not do that. Your kids is cool with you killing them for
no, my kids like being able to go to school and be like, oh, look at my dad, he do this. So I would be screwed. So it would be not technically. You could have said that.
What's that?
She said I lied about being single when I was married, but I was only married legally. Like, we were already split up. We was done. No one ever asked me was I divorced because I never told anybody I was married before. I was honest. I wasn't transparent and vulnerable.
Definitely was not vulnerable or transparent.
But I was honest.
How long were you married?
8 years, 7 years together.
How long were you happily married?
That's how long was I happily married? How long was she happily married?
All right, I'm doing it.
How long were you happily married?
To the day we wasn't married no more.
You were happy.
I was happy. I could find a piece of yarn and be happy. It don't take much for me to be happy.
Hence the name Mouse.
Listen, I'm one of the people that believe. I'm one of the people that believe.
See what I did?
That's a cat. Giving a cat and yarn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. Pussy.
I can't try. Jesus.
But I was happy just being happy.
But you omitted.
All right.
Yes, I wasn't
These
transparent
people
or
have been in here
vulnerable.
for years.
You're a dirtbag.
I didn't say it out loud.
You take pride in being a
Brandon
dirtbag.
said, "My dog died. Please download my mixtape." Now on the internet nowadays,
That'll work.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of like quote unquote big capping for attention.
Can we delete that?
No,
we can't delete him saying big capping.
Why?
No. You're 48 years old.
So what?
From Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, real Brooklyn, not fake Brooklyn, not Brooklyn with the bike lane. You
like
from
you?
real Brooklyn.
Like him, right? Like Mouse
listen. Somebody living in wherever that is over there. Where's that place over there? She lives.
Jersey City.
Yeah. That I don't want to hear nothing. But
You from
like
Long
I'm
Island?
talking to you.
Oh man.
You say big capping? That's what you say?
Well, that's what they say nowadays. I'm trying to relate. I told you I try to relate to the younger crowd.
All right, keep on doing that.
Okay, this week and these niggas.
I really don't like it
The
here.
clue. I want to know if y'all can guess what this is about.
Uh-oh.
This is the Nigger League Museum.
I know what it's about.
The what?
That white man. He went to the Negro League Museum and he said it was the Nigger League.
Oh, the baseball guy.
The Nigger League Museum. Let's hear.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a
It
phenomenal
was the guy next to him and he just shook his head.
Right.
He knew it was over.
You look at him like, oh Lord.
He apologized.
Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium. I just want to, a little bit earlier in the show, I said something didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to. And I just wanted to apologize if it sounded different than I meant it to be said.
Yeah, that's me.
Like I said, I just wanted to apologize for that.
The Negro League to the Nigger League.
For a white person, it's right there. When they use either one of those words, it's not good. I don't want to hear a white man call me Negro or nigger. So
It's the Negro League Museum.
I don't understand how he got in trouble, bro. It's baseball.
You're not supposed to get
You
in trouble
can't
for that?
say nigger on air with a hard ER.
It's baseball.
If he didn't get in trouble, would you be mad?
I wouldn't know.
Tron, what do you think about this?
I think
He's a baseball player.
I think it's hilarious.
Oh, you play baseball, Sean?
I love baseball.
Nice.
It's my first love. I think it's hilarious, and I think he should get in trouble. Yo, white people be more up at arms about shit like that than we do. A lot of times we don't even give a fuck. But he probably got fired by white people because they don't want the smoke. Like his bosses don't want the smoke. They're like, all right, get this nigga out of here. He's wilding. Meanwhile, we're like, all right, whatever, you know.
I thought it was funny.
This happened with England and Europe. Sometimes you just displace the words. You put one in front of the other.
England and Europe?
I said that France was in fucking England. And I
But
meant
you
it was
meant
in
in
Europe. And the same thing. He's like, yo, I thought it was black.
Nah, not the same.
Niggers in the museum.
Not the same.
and
No
I
one's
meant
ever used
Negroes.
No one's ever used England nor Europe to condemn a people. Get them damn Europes.
I'm pretty sure he didn't say Negroes either.
He said
He might not. I'm not defending, but I can see how a person that's like forced themselves to say Negroes could think niggers, and niggers come out.
Me too.
Instead of Negroes.
I can see that too. Still got to send them home.
Melly, am I wrong?
Wait, you can send him home, but
I know you're not about to do that.
You understand?
I know you're not about to do that.
But the kid gets her phone back.
Right, you get your phone back, but he
Should've-
gets to go home after calling you a nigger.
Two things.
He called you a nigger.
No, when I say send him home, like fire him.
Right.
So everybody gets consequences for their behavior.
So what I'm
whether
saying-
it was on purpose or not.
Two people should have did two things. He shouldn't have said nigga, and the other white man shouldn't have touched the phone.
He should have threw that shit. He should have punched her in the face.
And that's why he. You ever get mixed? And I hope he went to wash his face with water so it reactivated.
Somebody
get some milk.
This is happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
The liquor's got in. Dodge is going. It's over. She's
Come
now
on, enable me,
at a
Dodge.
point where she can't.
Dodge, enable me.
She can't control it
next,
no more.
next.
It's over. I can't believe this shit. I hate seeing weak bitches, yo. I hate it. And they get that.
Oh, shit.
Seeing weak
Son.
bitches is nuts.
I really hate that shit.
This week, or so Shameless, I hate seeing weak bitches.
This week,
No, I can't do this shit.
I
no
hate
more.
seeing weak bitches.
This is crazy.
and these
Yo, that's a shirt.
bitches.
This kick me when you down.
Yeah, that's
All I
a
just
shirt.
wanted to do this be great, and no, I
And now you
gotta
crying.
be a weak bitch.
Now you crying.
Y'all
Now
two
you made her
together.
cry. You called her a weak bitch, and now she crying. This about to be so Dodge.
The clue this week in these bitches.
We got separate.
Is that really a segment? Is that really a segment?
It is. And she let it in. She let us into it.
I fucking hate this
Jesus.
show. I'm never coming back.
really-
Well, I mean, I knew I was never coming back, but I'm never coming back.
Come on, man.
I knew this was my last show, but this is really my last show.
Beavis and Butthead over there.
Yo, this week, it was the fact that he said I hate seeing weak bitches. This week in these bitches.
The clue is
Like it here.
this nigga can't. Yo, the mic, leave it alone. What's wrong with you?
Sorry.
He got issues. He's the problem.
You know I'm gonna say. You
Look,
want me
he
to say?
can't stop.
You want me to say the problem?
He's fucking with this
problem?
shit. Where
Look,
was that?
I
He
took
it
his part
off.
off, and I was like, "Oop, if I put it back on, he gonna yell at me." Toro was right.
Yeah, Melly, you're editing this for sure. You're definitely.
I hate you. I got to fucking edit this shit.
Please.
Now
I'm
Melly
pretty
and
sure-
now
I'm
Melly
pretty sure
and Toro
Toro-
like, don't bring him back here.
No, I'm pretty sure
Nah, you
Toro
got
was
me.
not editing this regardless. I'm pretty sure. All right. The clue is. Come
I
on,
might
get
have
out
to
of
just
here.
drive over Hancock. I might not even be able to turn on this block ever again. I'm like,
Shut up.
She left them is the clue, and the answer is woman leaves kids on the doorstep of the doorstep
Oh,
of
I'm
their
the problem.
I hate
father's
seeing weak bitches.
house in the middle of the night. I can't stand it here.
Weak
You
bitch,
started
weak
with
bitch
me.
can't even talk. You weak bitch get a couple licks in and out. The
mumble mouth
bubble mouth bitch.
Yo, y'all good?
It's never me.
What?
It's never.
Yo, you know we have listeners.
It's really.
You good? These are your listeners.
Y'all are definitely the kids we gotta separate in the class. Like y'all can't sit.
I bet you won't touch my cell phone. Touch my cell phone if you want to. I got come on,
We're gonna
Trump.
come to the pink chair over here in the corner. And we're gonna.
Yo, I really was mad good. I was quiet.
Munchie, watch your sisters and brothers, okay? Okay. Here. Call your daddy.
She really just leaving me there? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't believe it.
What did the thing say?
What?
The caption.
I told you. Woman leaves kids on the doorstep of their father's house in the middle of the night. She drove up to the house, and this video will be posted into the Discord. Where it'll be in the episode discussion if anybody wants to go look at it. But it's pretty horrifying. Right. After all the laughter, like, everybody in here is shocked. This shit stopped everything. She pulls up, middle of the night, night camera, night vision is on. She pulls out, what, 3 kids?
4.
4 kids. Damn. An older one, she says, hey, you watch
your sisters and your brother.
You watch your sisters and your brother. She gets back in the car, she pulls off. At that point, I think she rang the bell once.
Nah, she didn't even ring the bell. Just the
when she
did.
got there, I think she did something. Knocked on the door or something. She gets in the car, she pulls off, and then the kids start ringing the bell and crying because the mother just abandoned them middle of the night.
So
I don't believe it.
I
don't believe it. Like, what's the chances this happens and you have a ring doorbell? Like, I think it's like, I don't believe it. I think it's for the internet. I think it's like one of those.
You think the kids?
I think
participated.
Yes, I think the whole family participated. When they was done, them kids went in the house and went to sleep.
Sadly, I think it's real. Like you said, Tahoe, I don't know if you're going to involve 4 kids crying in a prank or a made-up video. And Ring cameras are pretty common. And I think it's fucking sick. Like, she drove off before Dad even answered the door.
Before anything, just left.
I mean, if it is real.
She's fed up.
Yeah, she's fed up.
I need to understand what happened from her
that's
point
why
of
I'm
view.
like,
Because that's not something that... that's not something that's normal. That's not normal behavior, and there's an aggression and like a fed upness in there. Like, you just don't pull off like that, like without even seeing your kids go in a door safely. Yeah. Like, something had to happen.
I know this sounds a little off, but I'm with what we've seen in this world, I'm 1,000% happy that's the outcome outside of the other. Because fed up mothers. And fed up mothers kill their kids.
Facts.
Fed up fathers just leave them with the mother. But fed up mothers kill their kids. So I'd much rather this be the option. Just leave them with their dad, knock on the door before you do something to these kids.
Yeah.
That you can't come back from.
Because she could be at her wits end. 4 kids is a lot. You don't know what the fucking kids was doing in that house. Like, go to your daddy's house. Come get your kids. Nah, I can't come get them because come get your kids. I'm telling you, come get your kids. Niggas be making 50 million excuses as to why it's not my weekend. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. All right, watch this.
Please go get your kids. I will say that.
I say that all the time.
I don't believe this is real. I just don't. But if this was done to promote or get eyes and get the topic like this spoken about, or if this is real, I do. If the mother call you and say, "Come get them kids," go get them kids, because I'm telling you, man, that postpartum, ain't no definite time on it. Like, women really be at their wits end. That's 4 kids. That's 4 different kids, 4 different personalities. Not to be funny, the way they was crying, I want to own her.
I don't like that.
And it was like, nah. If I got to deal with a house, this one need help with this, but this one over here teething and won't stop crying. This 2 over here, go get your kids. Go get your kids before something happens.
Nasty video. Horrible way to end the
These bitch segments.
somewhat of a hilarious episode. We went ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. This episode here.
It's my favorite.
The ebbs and flows featuring Mouse Jones might be the name of this episode.
I like 2 + 2 = 7.
You like that? Well, then let's go into cap
Plus tax.
No cap plus tax and gratuities, service charge as well.
Jesus Christ.
He's really rich.
Don't nobody dress better than someone that know they ex gonna be there.
No cap.
Mouse don't be caring.
I don't care. I'm where anyway. I see you when I see you.
I don't like you. Did I tell you that?
You
today?
know, but you know that's the truth. Like I ain't never been like, she gonna be there.
You never seen an ex that made you feel like, yo,
I have any exes.
He a liar.
What's that mean?
Professional liar.
I have exes.
Doop.
Yeah,
Not
Yo,
my ex.
Trom.
And then you try
Cap
to spin
or
out
no
of me
cap?
dirt fucking bad. I hate a weak bitch.
that might really be the name of the episode.
I hate a weak bitch.
Trom, I don't know if you know. Do you know how low what he just said was?
Trom was there that night, remember? That I met him.
So you do know how low he. You a dirt. You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
That's not a name.
Okay. Next time. Okay. Next time I see you, I'm gonna act just like Tor. I'm walking the fuck out. As soon as you come in the room, I'm out. Start shaking and shit.
He's fucking definitely in this shit. Damn, Mouse.
Slam the door real passive aggressive.
Cap or no cap?
Oh my god.
Every girl is bi. You just have to figure out if it's polar or sexual.
Sometimes it's both.
No cap.
I'm cool.
No
both.
cap. No cap.
Both.
They
no
both.
cap.
Bipolar is a real fucking disorder. Y'all can't call people bipolar because you don't like the way that they react to things. That does not make you bipolar.
If you're like this right here, and then something small happens, and now you're
Or nothing. You're just sitting there thinking, and the next thing you know, you're.
I'm hungry. What you want to eat? You should know. Oh, this bitch.
Stop
You
yelling
right. You
in
right.
my left ear.
You right. You ain't bipolar, bitch. You dumb.
Trom.
No cap.
No cap.
Yes.
And Dodge, you're saying cap?
I'm calling Cap.
Cap or no cap? Life be kicking my ass, and I just be on the internet joking and laughing when ain't shit funny out here.
No cap. The internet is a
Wait,
funny
which one
place.
is? So cat means lie.
Yeah.
Cat.
Please, rich nigga.
I be fine. It be other people, people that deal with me that be going through it. But I
You
be
ever
fine.
been stressed out?
I be stressed out.
Have you ever been stressed out?
For what?
Exactly.
I've been sad. I be
Cat.
sad. I be sad for a few hours.
Cap.
I be stressed out.
Cat.
Who stressed me out? You might as well say it because you be trying
Not
to do
on the
it.
show. Not on the show. I've had them texts. Oh, you talk about me on your little podcast. You don't want that. Just leave it alone. Trom, cap or no cap?
I ain't gonna front. I'm with Mouse on this. I be laughing and joking in real life.
That's a fact.
As well as on the scroll. Like I ain't really worried about nothing.
You got a different level where you don't give a fuck, and it's really concerning.
It's actually peaceful.
For you.
I like it over here.
Not everybody else in the world.
I'm calling cap.
Don't y'all
I'm
fuck
calling
nigga
no
high
cap.
five on my
I'm
head.
calling no cap. You're saying cap, but y'all are saying cap when y'all
Yeah.
actually agree with it.
No, it says.
Life be kicking my ass, and I just be on the internet joking and laughing when there ain't shit funny
And we're
out here.
saying we just laugh and joke on the internet. Don't be wrong. We just
Life
laugh
don't
and
never
joke.
kick your
Life
ass.
is not kicking our ass.
Right.
Never.
Never.
Okay. That's because the two.
No, it's not. That's an
No,
accept.
both of them are financially very well. So yeah, what is really bullshit that's going on when you're financially
Somebody getting
very well?
somebody mad at me.
Yeah.
You
What's
not
that mean?
answering I'm blocked
good.
today. Ooh, what am I do?
I remember Mouse 2 years ago before track.
No.
Yeah, before
2 years ago I was still good.
But-
3.
all right.
You gotta go 4.
Okay. Either way,
Look at that rich.
shit is different when you ain't got the
No,
money. To be
still
like,
wasn't-
you know what? I'm gonna just go to Paris tonight.
Still wasn't
I'm just
stressed.
I'm gonna just go to fucking. I'm just gonna walk to Mecca. And,
It still wasn't. I still wasn't stressed because I couldn't
Walk to
do.
Mecca.
Yeah, bugging.
the Mecca, walk the strip, to do the whole process.
I get what you're saying, but still, that wasn't me because I was fine. I was fine in where I was at. I was fine.
Maybe okay.
Like I wasn't sitting over here like, oh my god, life is on. What does life kicking your ass mean? What does that really mean? I mean,
you can't pay your bills.
You can't pay your bills. Okay.
He don't.
Okay.
I can't.
Eventually, you'll be able to pay him
again.
Or you'll be homeless. And then all you gotta do is just make sure you don't get choked out on the train.
You don't know what it's like to not have nothing. You don't. So that shit you're talking, but there's a lot of different things that not having bread happens. Like you gotta go get it. That means you might have to rob somebody. You might be going through some real street shit in the street. Your girl might be trying to kick you out. Your girl might have caught you cheating. There's things out here, and that's your girl because you care. You don't care about shit. All right.
Maybe I don't care either. Because when I was dead broke and popped, I was even less worried. I was laughing all day and night and partying and drinking.
I've never really seen you stressed out.
You
I've
know?
seen you bothered or
Yeah,
upset.
you can annoy
I've seen
me.
you stressed out.
Like Mel said, a couple hours, I might be down for a couple hours, but I ain't gonna stay down. Like, yeah.
Nah, I've seen him, like I said, even in relationship, I've seen him bothered, stressed out. Have you seen him the way I get stressed out?
See,
I don't think I've never seen anyone get stressed out the way you get stressed out.
I don't think you've ever seen me stressed out.
There's levels to stress.
Okay, maybe.
Oh, you
I
don't?
don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
At the
I
show.
hate it here.
Oh,
I fucking
have we known
hate
each
it
other
here.
for mad?
At the show.
Is it 10 years for y'all too?
Says Jamie Foxx is the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah, no. Second.
Who's first?
Jamie Foxx is on your second?
He's a second.
Beyonce's not first.
Beyonce's first.
No,
Jamie Foxx second. Michael
she
Jackson
is not.
third.
She just does music.
Michael Jackson third.
She just does music.
That's all she's good for.
I'm not about to argue with somebody that says stuff like that. Not even gonna do it. Michael Jackson third.
Entertainment.
Nah, I will give because Michael can't do what Jamie could do. Like we got to stop playing with Jamie, and this ain't just because he's in the predicament he's in. Jamie has to be respected.
I think that what's the problem is that you're using the word great when you might want to say most talented or most what's the word when you can do different things?
What quantifies
diverse,
for you? What quantifies great?
Great is when you're celebrated in the way that Michael Jackson was celebrated.
I don't think greatness has anything to do with celebration. Greatness could lead to celebration, but I don't think that
great is zenith. Like Michael Jackson is
Taylor
the
Swift is
zenith.
great.
Not the way Michael Jackson is.
But you just said the celebration is what you just said. Celebration is what quantifies greatness.
Then Taylor
but it
Swift
doesn't.
And
Taylor
what's that other little white boy?
Swift?
What's
What?
that white boy name?
No,
the one
because-
that be wearing the fucking blouses. What's the white boy?
Harry
Harry
Styles.
Styles. Then Harry Styles.
No,
is
she's
great.
saying going by his
Going by your
going by his
standards.
metric.
So what do y'all think greatest means?
I think greatness has everything to do with your capabilities. And if we just judge capabilities, Jamie Foxx already he beats out Michael Jackson. I think the only thing Michael has over him is the celebration.
I think you give credit for Jamie Foxx for being a jack of many trades. He's mastered different types of areas. He's you know how do you call it a triple threat? He's like a quadruple threat, right? So he gets a lot of points for that. But he's not a greater entertainer than Michael fucking Jackson. Like Michael Jackson is.
What's the question?
Or Beyonce. Jamie Foxx is the greatest entertainer of all time.
Melly,
stop being a hater. Stop being a hater. No, make it stop.
Melly, stop.
Stop. No, stop.
Hating. This
No, you're
is
hating.
facts.
Yeah, Beyonce
No, it's not that.
is
It's
literally
literally
the
not
greatest
facts.
entertainer of our time.
But
That
she's
is the
saying
fact.
that she's not.
She's not though. It's only.
This is why Melly has to stop
music
talking.
and like concerts and stuff. That's
just
entertainment.
music. You know,
but
just music.
entertainment is not only just performing
But you know you got a mic
on a
over there.
stage.
There's a mic right there, and you.
No, you don't want this on
Levels.
the mic. You don't want this on the mic. You don't
She
want what
is
she's saying on the
not
mic.
the greatest entertainer. Because
There's always women
entertainer
that
is
don't
more. No,
love
it's
Beyonce.
more to entertaining.
crazy.
Like you're entertaining.
How many times?
You're turning me against you, cancer sister.
How many
Make it
times
stop.
How many times have you entertained a crowd? No, I'm just asking. How many times?
Say every week on YouTube, bitch.
Please don't call me a bitch.
I'm
not
saying
strong like them.
entertainer. There's more to entertainer than just performing on the stage.
All right. Well,
dancing.
Carmelli isn't a Beyonce enthusiast.
No, I have no problem with Beyonce.
I said enthusiast.
People who say I have no problem with Beyonce It's the same type of people that say I don't see color. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all.
You see, and she's not a comedian. And in the definition, comedian is in it.
Cap or no
Have you
cap?
ever seen?
All right, for what are we doing with Jamie Foxx? Cap, no cap. Trump.
Cap.
Cap.
I say funny as
Jamie
fuck.
Foxx is the greatest entertainer of all time.
Cap.
Trump says cap.
Jamie
Josh.
Foxx is the greatest entertainer of all time.
Cap or no cap? Cap.
Cap.
Mouse. Cap. Who you putting in first?
I got Beyonce first. Then I got Jamie Foxx. Then I got Mike.
You know what? Love Jamie Foxx. He's incredibly talented. I want to move on without like, yo, I don't remember what Ray
Charles
looks like. he's Jamie Foxx now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Jamie Foxx more Ray Charles than Denzel is Malcolm X?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
You know, I can understand how I could feel that way because I listen to jazz, so I like see Ray Charles every time I pick up that vinyl. But sometimes you see in the Malcolm X.
I get you.
Like, that ain't
Malcolm.
That was Malcolm.
Right.
Yo, you're right. I get that, but that shit that he did was
that might
yo.
be whatever you just did might be cancelable. Do it again.
All right.
That was the Ray Charles.
Do it again.
I'm not doing that.
Can I say this?
I don't know
Jamie
what I
Foxx
did.
is probably the most talented entertainer.
He's the most talented entertainer.
I would.
But
say
he's not the greatest entertainer.
Yes.
Because he's not the best actor. He's not the best comedian. He's not the best singer. But he's
who sings better
talented
than him?
because he does all. Who sings
better than
You're
him?
gonna
We're talking
start
about
with
straight up
that?
singing. Who sings better than Jamie Foxx?
Eric Bellinger.
I could name
No,
like 15 people. You're gonna
All
start
right,
with,
Brian.
with
What are you
singing?
doing right now? Please clip that, please. Seriously. No, please. I need you to clip that.
I don't know what's going on.
No,
I'm so lost.
Melly, I really need you to clip that because you're trying to ruin friendships. Yo.
What?
That was so intentional.
Yo. I'm about to start shaking.
Are you all right? That's wine that did that to you?
No, it's evil. It's the dark spirit.
Slytherin. Cap or no cap? I have no idea what's going on. You ever seen an old pic in your phone and said, "Damn, I should have stopped eating right there." Jesus.
No cap.
Now that's funny.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Cause damn, son, I used to have a 6-pack. What is this? What
Cap
is
for
this?
me. I see pictures. I'm like, damn. I wish I had ate a few more meals before I took that pic.
We all go through different
It's just
struggles.
one picture. I have this one picture in my phone, and Dirtbag Zeus always sends it to me. There's just one.
Shout out to Zeus.
Is when I was at like my peak right before the pandemic, and I'd be like, "Oof, I ain't there right now."
Oh,
But you don't be going to the things no more?
What?
To the workouts with Deuce?
Yeah, but it's just with my schedule. It's rough.
Right. All right. Last cap or no cap of the day. Jesus Christ, it's been a long ass episode. Melly is over there yawning, hating on Beyonce, all types of shit.
I'm saying facts.
Less than a person.
At Q Money. I think it's Q. KHEUMANI. How you say that?
Sound like Quay. Say it again.
I said KHEUMANI. KHEUMANI.
That sounds like Q-Money.
Q-Money.
KHEU there. That's weird.
KHEU.
They should have phonetic spellings of their names if you're going to spell a dumb name.
Oh, God.
This is pretty easy. This is simple. But is it?
I cannot wait.
Once we stop talking, log out of my Hulu and Netflix.
No fucking cap, son. Stop fucking playing in my face.
You can kick them out.
No, because I gotta change my whole shit.
Change the password. What Mouse is looking up his shit.
No, I want to show you something. But I think only Dodge would get it.
I don't know what's going on.
Wait, ready?
I don't know what's going. Why are you doing that right now? Why are we doing that right now?
No, he's a
While we're on the
raggedy
podcast?
ass nigga. Mouse is so
It's
raggedy.
so ridiculous. And he runs his own show.
He's so raggedy.
He would never do this. He comes here. He just starts all types of anarchy and chaos, knowing in his shit, he's like, yo, we're doing a show here. Come on, we're trying to be professional. He said that to me during the show. He comes here.
The show I've never been on? I still haven't been there.
I will apologize. I will apologize for everything I've done if you do one thing.
No.
Spell anarchy.
Absolutely. I'm not. What are you talking about?
If
you
spell-
really think that of
Just
me?
spell anarchy.
That's crazy, son.
Are you
I
gonna
can't
spell
even
it, though?
believe that. Are you serious too?
I didn't know if this was like a deflection or if you was really
I will
being
apologize
serious.
for all of my behavior.
You want me to spell it backwards?
I just want to spell it forwards. No. That's fine. I don't fall for
kind of
that.
calculated.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
YHCRANA.
I can't spell out loud,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
I don't
to
even know
me.
if that's correct or
I
not.
don't know.
'cause
Say it again.
YHCRANA. What are y'all talking about?
My
y'all
mind
motherfuckers
can't
been drinking.
work backwards.
He hasn't. I'm waiting for what you said you was gonna do.
I apologize that Melly does not
Right.
think Beyonce is the
Exactly.
greatest entertainer
I
of all
thought
time.
so. This has been another one of those episodes where you just really never know what you're gonna get. I hope the sound is okay because some people like to yell, scream, others laugh hysterically. You never really. Tron has only been able to get in about 7 bars in the last 3 hours.
That's 8 more than his last episode, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he wasn't here the last
With your
episode.
ass. Me? No, him. This one.
Guys, we will see you next week. Thank you.
Oh,
And
I had an
good night.
announcement. That's why I wanted to come.
What is the announcement, my friend?
So,
We're going to say at the end of the show?
yes.
That's a horrible time to
I want to make sure.
After this?
Yeah, that's why.
Got 4 listeners.
So, Juneteenth, I'm hitting the stage, doing my own, I guess you can call it comedy, but it will be, I like to describe it as intimate crowd dialogue. So, it will be hosted by Cleverly Chloe. It will be myself. I will be the headliner. And we're just gonna have a good time. So, be
Where is it?
It'll come when the link drops.
Juneteenth. June 19th.
Juneteenth.
Is that a Tuesday?
That is a Tuesday. So I want everybody, just pay attention when the link drops. Get your tickets. Limited seating. But yeah, I wanted to announce that here.
Excited to see that. I hope you don't bomb. If you bomb,
Oh, if I bomb,
nah, you don't bomb.
Just want- as
my
long as
boy,
you know.
my boy runs the stage, so this is gonna be a great show.
but I think this is gonna be good. A lot of people have been asking for this for years. I just had to get out of my own way. I had to get out of my own head. And I wanted to announce it here on my friend's show. So that
I think that it's going to be one of the greatest nights of your life. It's what you've been made to do. You do it in person. You do it on the phone. You do it on Twitter. You do it on shows. This is just a moment that you should have done a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I'll definitely
Back
be
to
there.
Mouse Got Jokes.
Yeah.
That was before Mouse Jones. I know.
That's still, yeah.
That was his first.
That's
That was
still
his
who
Twitter
he
my
is.
handle.
first Twitter handle.
That's
Mouse got
still who he
jokes.
is. Excited to see it.
Yeah, can't wait.
How can we find out more information?
I am dropping that link. When this episode drop? Monday.
Thursday? No, this is part 2.
He gonna do
This
part
is-
2 first.
Part 2 is first.
Okay.
I got you.
In 2 Mondays. 2 Mondays, the link will drop with the guys with that week's
So
guys next door
the
episode.
23rd, the 22nd. The
Yes.
22nd, Monday, May
22nd is the link will drop. The link will be live.
The link will drop. I know that because of Dodge's engagement.
The event that
Oh,
you're not
that
gonna
was
be there
dirty.
for. You ain't
Oh,
gonna
that
be
was
there.
dirty.
Oh,
Oh, that I
That
hate a
you're
weak
not gonna
bitch.
be there for.
I hate a weak bitch.
Mister. Meanwhile, I literally took his phone, checked his
Yeah, I know.
schedule.
That was just very sad of him, to be honest.
Added it.
How do you know what happened? You wasn't invited. You weren't there.
She spoke about it on the show.
Oh, okay.
Well,
About,
The show that you don't listen to.
but you weren't there.
No, I wasn't.
To know what had transpired. So you're just taking her word.
That's
honestly.
fine. Thank
Because
you.
he knows I'm not a liar.
I got 2 things.
Yeah, what's
One, Juneteenth is on a Monday, actually.
Is it?
Just to clarify.
It's going to be the Tuesday. It's going to be a Tuesday.
Okay, so it'll be the day after.
Yeah, the
even
day
better.
after.
Even better, because there's a lot going on.
Exactly. I don't want to compete with that.
Much better.
Oh, I know everything, ass nigga.
Second thing, we never acknowledge, I don't know when we're dropping this episode, but it's Mother's Day weekend. Shout out to all the mothers. Shout out to Dodge. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah, gotta do
Good
that.
job, Trom.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Parker. She did all the work.
I gotta pee. I gotta go. Happy
Get my
Mother's Day to
nerves.
everybody. Well, that was yesterday. I hope your flowers did something for you.
Happy Mother's Day, Beyonce.
Happy Mother's Day, Beyonce. But she ain't the greatest.
She's your mother.
So shameless. You know.
Yeah. nigga be cruising. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at these hoes like she don't notice. Titty sit right, God has me poking. I'm sitting in the front cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.